Considering that we can't hear on Discord, it does seem like it's an issue stemming from your Streamlabs. You might have your output switched around.
Well, it is on Streamlabs, but the point is I don't have any output for me on the
Hmm.
Streamlabs where it says anything having to do with me. There's no little sound bars except for the microphone, and then the microphone only pops when you guys talk.
Can you make it so that the Streamlabs is capturing the audio from Discord?
That's what I just did, so I'm gonna check that out. Discord check 1 2 1 2. Okay, now hold on 1 second. I think yep. Okay, it is capturing from Discord now. Hold on 1 second. And then what I need to do is okay. Oh, because I don't want double sounds. So say something, Derek.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, say some more.
Yes. All right, some more.
Okay. Do you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, so the problem right now is that the problem right now is that I'm coming back through somebody else's speaker. I heard it.
Is it mine?
Well,
I think it might be yours.
Give me 1 sec. I'll turn down the game.
yeah. It seems that you can be heard now, just a tiny bit quiet.
Yep.
Can you
You know,
guys hear
Brian,
me?
tomorrow and Tuesday, if you want, we can just, you and I can just walk through like the stuff, and see what like key details are pretty
Yeah,
half
I
decent
can't do
with
it
the
tomorrow,
text
but
stuff.
Tuesday I could. Yeah.
Okay, no worries.
Okay, that should be good. I think we're live
Do you
right now.
not
Yeah,
have
we're
a
live right now, so it's all good.
Derek? Do you not have a headset you can plug into your computer?
I do.
Okay, well, we're good now, I think.
I hope so. Oh, yep. Good now.
Okay, and yeah, so let's try this.
Again.
Third time's the charm. Oh wait, well, it didn't. Okay, I don't know what the fuck is going on at this point. Why, I just hit record. What the hell? Okay, I just hit
You hit
record.
record on
I
Streamlabs?
just I hit record on Streamlabs, and it like went like I was gonna go live again, and I'm like, we're already fucking live.
Yeah, no. So it's now when you hit record, it starts recording it for your computer.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. But I mean, it also popped up a window saying like I was going live, and I'm like, oh, we're already live. Never did that
Yeah,
before.
yeah, it does. It's weird like that sometimes
Yeah,
with that.
it was weird. Anyway, so yeah, so all I said, Joe, all anybody out there in viewer land missed was session 5 of No Good Deed with Derek, James, Oliver, Stephanie, Deontay, and Taylor, and we're on the Shrike after having a long rest, and the characters are heading down to the surface of Toro from the Rock of Brawl. Shut up, Joe.
Third time's the charm.
All good.
Joe's being a smartass. All right. I don't know when Joe's not a smartass exactly, but you know, whatever.
To be fair, when are you not a smartass?
Hey, we're not talking about me. We're talking about Joe. Anyways.
Yeah, you're the wrong person right now.
All right. So yeah. So anyway, so it only takes you guys surprisingly about an hour and a half to get to the surface, moving at like 100,000 miles an hour or whatever the heck it is. Yeah, I believe it's 180,000 miles from the surface of Toro, and you guys are moving at spelljamming speeds right around 100,000 miles an hour. Yeah, and then when you guys get to the planet, you guys slow way down, and you see a small, like a fishing village, in the distance, off on the planet, and you guys are kind of coming in at nighttime, and you guys are heading for the water. Does anybody say anything or do anything? Does anybody need to say anything or do anything?
Foldar is just kind of slightly downtrodden visually.
Right. Yeah.
So
It's
he's
not
just like,
it's not what you expected, and it's definitely not what color expected.
what color is it?
No, what?
Oh,
Cutler.
you said cutler. Oh, okay.
It,
Yeah.
yes, it's a chartreuse neon something. I don't know. But yeah, it's definitely not what Cutler expected. Cutler expected to be in a big city.
Polar just exhales very loudly because he's in attention, or he just, uh,
Fallen Dove Moon contemplates about his journey by looking up into the night sky above him. That should be in the chat log. Oh, it is in the chat log. I mean, it is in the chat log on the screen. That's what I mean. The chat log's a little off kilter, but that's okay. I think. Anyways, yeah. So you guys come in and land in the water, and slowly, head to the center of the the city, toward the city, toward the docks, and you see these fishing docks and stuff, and the captain, Orion, he says, Captain Swab, he says, not all spelljamming ships land in the water. He says most of them can only land on land, or just continue floating in the air, and have to, you know, load off the hard way.
I'll add that to my notes. Thank you.
He says, I know this wasn't what you were expecting, lads. And he kind of pats Cutler on the shoulder. He says, but you don't know what's here, do you?
That's ominous.
I'm sure whatever it is infinitesimally smaller than the world above us. Oh, to be back home, such a sorrow.
He says, this is Leyland. He says, it's a city being rebuilt. He says, but I've heard rumor that there's something secret and hidden here.
Would
Oh,
the secret
secret?
be worth a lot of money?
Just something.
He says, well, no, not just any old thing. He says, but definitely secret and hidden, and good right too, because yes, it does lead to a lot of money. And luckily, we have some information about that secret hidden thing.
Go on.
The Hydra Tap House. He says over there in town, as you guys kind of are still sauntering up to the docks and such. He says over in Leyland is a new tap house called the Hydra Tap House. He says it's just been rebuilt, but I heard the proprietor found something in the cellar.
More rats.
He says, no, not rats, m'lass. He says, a map, maybe? Or, more importantly, a manifest.
A manifest sounds like information.
Could, make us money to supply us with the materials to make our ship fly through the sea of stars.
He says, he says, as you see, almost 200 years ago, there was a supply ship called the Cornelia. It was sailing from the Moonshay Isles to this mining community of Leyland. Now, Leyland's no longer a mining community so much, but the Cornelia had almost reached its destination until the captain misjudged their location and drove the ship directly into the Mere of Dead Men, marooning the Cornelia along with valuable cargo inside. But now the story is more of a fool's errand, or a legend or a myth, perhaps.
Fool, you say? Truly, it could be a cautionary tale. However, on the off chance that it's real, we may find information untold. And treasure, too, of the lesser extent.
He says when the first ship sank, many years ago, hundreds of years ago, 200 years ago, he says, or almost 200 years ago, he says, there was many, many adventurers and citizens ventured into the swamp to try to acquire some of the potential valuables, and would always end up worse for the wear, or never coming back at all. Eventually, they gave up the quests. There were no records of the ship's manifest. If someone were to reach the Cornelia with the potential of it being full of value, it could have been a real possibility if someone had the manifest.
Really quickly, Brian, mine and Oliver's pictures.
Well, let's head off.
You're really quiet all of a sudden, James. Are you coming to your webcam camera again?
No, for some reason it's going through NDI with my microphone, even though the microphone's muted, and Discord doesn't want to let it work. So I had to switch to
Well,
the
that's because
microphone.
your NDI is not. That's because your NDI is muted. Yeah, so that's why it's.
So yeah.
What about your pictures?
Mine and Oliver's swap positions somehow.
Oh, that's weird. Okay, we will swap you back. James. Oh no! Hold on. Shit. God bless it.
Do I sound better now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I had to turn up my input volume was the problem.
Hang on 1 second.
I'm hearing.
You guys weren't
go ahead.
always in those positions?
No. I was originally right by Derek.
Well, I see your name is there. I just didn't know. If I
Yeah,
could
no.
Guess
you-
you're just
I didn't know
gonna
if
have
you were
to
in the
play
wrong
each other's
positions.
characters.
Yeah, I didn't know if you were in the wrong position from the get-go. Is what I'm saying. On the stream.
Come on.
Come on. There we go. Move Oliver there. Come on. Okay. And James.
So, should we head off to the tavern?
Head off to what now? Okay.
Tavern.
Now I'm gonna do the dice roll, and you guys should be in the right spots, theoretically.
Hopefully.
Wow, yeah, that was really smooth.
There it is.
Okay.
Nice.
And I'm still me.
And you're still frozen.
Contemplating the meaning of life.
Exactly.
I don't know why your thing is doing that to you.
Because I'm not sharing anymore, and I tried to just close the link and open it back up, but it
It's
didn't
probably
work.
that same webcam issue that he had, like one of the first. You remember that one of the first streams?
Oh,
No.
yeah.
Okay. Anyways, it don't matter. We got a picture of him there. I could put your character up there
Yeah,
if you'd rather have.
I'm
that.
pretty good.
I think that's good, like it is.
You know, I'm never this photogenic.
Okay.
All right. Listen, we appreciate the ride. Is there anything else you need from us before we disembark?
He says, he says, well, no, but I would hope that you would go and search for this manifest. He says, and please do cut me in on something. He says, me old legs, looks down, he says, leg. He says, me old leg isn't what it used to be. And he says, and the peg leg is not good for going through swamps, I tell you.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, as you see, when we have the manifest, we would need a ride for our next destination. So, if we could count on you to take us along, and we could share our discoveries.
He says, oh, absolutely. He says, I can give you a ride to Waterdeep. He says, this was too good of a tip to not look into, though.
I'm inclined to agree with you.
All right, yeah.
He says, the new
I'm on board.
owner, his name's Gideon Kirk.
That's of the Hydra Tap House.
The Hydra Tap House, yes.
All right.
It used to be called something else. back when
So, I
Greyhawk
hope
was young.
everyone has
The new name concerns me heavily.
He says, rumor has it that they found a Hydra in the Mirror of the Dead Men, and took it to Waterdeep to sell it to a circus act of some sort.
A Hydra as a circus act.
Yeah, I'd watch that.
Right? That sounds awesome. Concerning, but awesome.
Well,
What?
they studied up on the acts of a Hydra.
Let's go check it out. See what we can find out, yeah? We'll be
Indeed.
back.
Okay, morning is just breaking as you guys finally shore up and you're alongside the docks and whatever, and it's just before dawn, like pre-dawn. A light fog blankets the ground. It's kind of like everywhere once in a while you'll see it temporarily broken by a guard walking through the town. People start passing through Leyland from the high road. Um, your arrival kind of goes unnoticed. It's you're kind of like, it's early morning, so like there's not many people out, and it's a port town, so you're just another boat coming in basically. The town
Hey,
square, you can see a little bit of bustle going on, but not much, and you can almost see that the tap house is sitting off to the edge of an alley, like a kind of like a relic of the past, refurbished.
It's like walking through history, I say as I just slowly saunter my way to the tap house.
Yo, Falada, real
Ah,
quick. I saw that long face of yours when we were pulling in.
ah, is there nothing more sorrowful than returning to the known?
Yeah, all right. But you know what's up there, and there's not a force in this world that'll stop you from getting back there if you want to.
Ah, yes. Being sorrowful is only something that lasts a moment. I'll pass. None, I'll just need a little bit of the elixir, if you will.
Yeah, all right. Just checking in.
It is appreciated. You're my friend, you are. And then I just kind of grab him close. And
You,
I'll
you
give you the
get
first
a
drink.
little buddy for how long we've known each other.
And why wouldn't I be? After all, we've faced a new adventure together, all of us. A new
Yeah,
land.
but you still don't know everything about us.
Hmm, a fair point. I guess I'll start then. I was a monk.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, it's someone else's turn now.
Cutler
You
starts.
don't have a follow-up question or nothing.
Cutler starts just laughing. Oh, that's great.
See? Friends. And you know what a friend does?
What?
Shares a drink. Let's go to the tap house.
That's all right.
Why is this thing?
Enemies us share drinks.
I don't think that sharing drinks is a bad idea, but the maybe like each of us gets our own drink instead of sharing one.
Cutler's afraid that if he
Pirates.
shares a drink, it won't be enough for him.
I'll have to admit, you're all becoming more tolerable by the day.
Agreed.
An absolute win, I say.
You approach the tap house, and you notice that there's a lot of it still in disrepair from like years of abuse and just not being maintained. But you can see lots of new, fresh boards where they've built on it. Refurbished areas of it. As you, I'm assuming you're gonna go in. Yes.
Yes.
That's where you guys were
Yeah.
Is
present?
there a map to represent this place, or
A map?
Or-
No, not yet.
Okay.
I don't. Well, yeah, actually, yes, there is. I take that back. I lied to you. I'm sorry.
course you did.
I'm sorry for
It's one big room.
Everyone
Right.
gets one forgiveness.
oh gosh, I gotta zoom out.
Yeah.
Zoom out. Zoom out. Zoom out. Zoom out. Zoom out.
So the main common area is basically one kind of sizable room with a table and with a couple tables and such. But other than that, it's nearly empty. They have the bar is pretty much empty, but you can hear echoes of laughter coming from the basement. and there's a jury-eyed human sitting behind the counter. He's looks like he's exhausted, just like to the point of exhaustion. And you see a woman come in and kiss him on the cheek and kind of walk back out, and she kind of goes into the kitchen area, and you can see she's got like dirt on her like dress and a little bit on her face, and you can see that the human is kind of dirty too, like they look like they've been working pretty hard even already this morning, and it kind of echoes that they may have been working hard on this place for weeks and weeks.
I walk up to.
Can I go straight downstairs and because that's where the laughter is?
So are you going to kind of like split off from the rest of the party to go downstairs like that?
I mean, I'm going downstairs. I don't know if anyone else is coming with me.
Okay, so
I just make the comment, not much for presentation, I see.
He's trying.
he says, yes, it ain't what it used to be. He says, but it's getting there. It's getting to be a much better reflection of what it used to be, and not so much what it is now.
So, we heard you found something in the basement. What'd you find?
He says, I didn't find nothing. That was McDuffin.
What'd he find?
He says, well, I don't know. Ask him yourself.
Where is this McDuffin?
He says, in the cellar. And, as you see, as you look over, you see Jessa already, like, slipping down the cellar stairs.
At hearing McDuffin is in the cellar, I just start to follow. Just dump, dump, dump.
I just kind of look dumbfounded, like, I really would have expected I would have been the first one to do that.
And he got the owner kind of like looks at the rest of you guys that are still kind of hanging out there, and it looks like Fullidar might be kind of slowly following them, maybe.
Yep.
It looks like the rest of you got kind of hanging out still, and maybe gonna follow them. He says, like, he shrugs his shoulders, says, "Get you guys a drink,"
Yeah, actually, yeah. My friend here has been at sea too long, forgot his social graces. He'll go down and deal with MacGuffin or Maduffin.
MacGuffin.
You.
McDuffin is the MacGuffin. Who knew?
McGuffin,
Long
McDuffin.
night or a series of hard mornings, sir.
Right. So who's staying up in the tap room? You and
Oh, I am.
Liren and who? Just Liren?
I'll stay up in the tap room.
Okay, Liren and Kablooey. And then what about Oliver Fallon? Is he going down or is he staying in the tap room?
Fallon is going down with the others.
Okay, so Fallon follows Fullidar down after Cutler. And you guys all go down in the tap room except for... here, let me put you guys on the map, though, too. Let me put... so I know... have a little representation of where everybody is, kind of. So Liren will stay at the tap room, and Kablooey will stay in the tap room. Is it just Liren and Kablooey, right?
I think so.
Okay. So you guys stay in the tap room, and he brings you over some drinks at the tables, and down in the cellar, you hear, as you get down into the basement, you hear more raucous laughter, and it's more dank and smelly than the ground level, if that was even possible. The aroma down there is of bourbon, and it's hanging in the air. So
I see nothing.
Yeah, I know. So we're going to put Jessa first. Does Jessa not have vision? Oh, yeah, because she doesn't have night vision. Hang on, I got to put torches out, don't I?
Yeah.
Neither one of us have it either.
They're just laughing in the dark.
Just who's the other one who came down? Fallon?
It doesn't matter if it's dark.
Yeah.
Does Fallon have dark vision, or do none of the four that came down have dark
I
vision?
don't know. I was thinking about that. You can see now, though, right, Jessa?
Yeah.
So it was Jessa,
I cannot.
Cutler, yeah, because you're not on the map yet. You got to be on the
There
map.
we go.
Got to be on the map to have vision. And then Fallon, Fullidar, then Fallon. Fullidar, and Fallon. Right.
I take back what I said early. This is not much for presentation.
You get down there, that aroma of bourbon is just hanging in the air. You see four old guys, a burly bearded fellow, sitting around a table drinking ale. The bearded guy looks up and says, "What's this? A bunch of powder puffs?"
Puff, you say? Want to back that up with a drinking competition?
He says, drinking?" He says, "Of course." He says, "Well, that's what I'm here for."
I
Dang,
thought
Philip,
you were all
what?
here for the smell.
I thought you were here for the rumors going around.
He says, "How about some arm wrestling?"
I refrain. I'm starting to wonder if I should take my leave back upstairs.
Are you sure you want to arm wrestle? Cutler just lets out kind of an evil-looking smile.
He says, "Well, how about a friendly wager first?
And what would that be?
50 gold pieces."
I don't know how much I have. Hold on. I don't think I have that much.
He says, "What brings you down to the basement of an old tap house like this?"
I heard that something was found down here, and I'm interested.
He says, "Oh, there's lots of stuff found down here. Mostly the bourbon." And he looks at the other guys, and they all kind of laugh, and they all laugh back into each other.
No. What McDuff found?
He says, "I am McDuffin."
Well, then what is it that you found that supposedly is so expensive?
"Oh, nothing expensive, lad," he says. "But it
You
cost
found this myth of ship ledger thingy.
He says, "You're speaking of the Cornelia."
What's
Yeah?
the Cornelia?
He says, "Yeah, you must be treasure seekers."
I mean, I am a pirate.
He says, "All right,
Oh.
then back to that arm wrestling. I'll offer you the location. In return, you arm wrestle me for 50 gold. If you lose, I get 50 gold. If you
I
win,
prefer a green contest.
if you
but
win, I give you 50 gold and the location of the Cornelia."
There you go.
I think I can manage that.
Can I do a perception check and just like look at this
Insight
old
or-
man? Insight, my bad. Yeah.
Yeah. Sure.
I would like to look at this old man. Is he ripped?
He is. I don't know that you would consider him cut, but he is very beefy.
Okay. All right. So Folar is just gonna take a good step back here and observe this while like sitting on the boxes.
Before he does it, I'm going to touch Cutler's arm and say good luck and give him guidance.
That makes what I was about to do even better.
Give him guidance. Okay.
That does what I was about
So
to do even
you
better.
guys are quasi cheating. That's fine.
Cutler
Pirate
just
would
looked. Cutler, you see Cutler's eyes kind of gloss over as he gets a little bit furious. I'm gonna go ahead and rage so I have advantage on this.
do. Okay.
You're just gonna kill
So you
this
have
man.
advantage and guidance.
Okay,
Okay.
break his arm off.
Make your athletics
Yeah.
check.
All right,
Just
Okay,
rip
sit
it
down
off.
and face off, and you guys are hand in hand.
there's my athletics, and then roll a d4 for guidance. Right?
Yep.
Yep.
Oh,
25.
That's gonna be rough. To beat.
I would like to use one of my portents because I think it says athletics check. I have a 2 for his skill check for his. It was a strength check, something like that.
Oh, okay. Well, the other guy, the other guy failed his athletics check. He lost.
I still have to announce it before you have to roll,
Yep.
before you roll, so I don't use it if you have even failed. So, but
Okay,
I would
gotcha.
it would be a nice incident. Even
Yeah.
No, I get it's my 2 and break probably his arm or something like that.
Yes, let's do that.
He says, "Oh, my boy, you're stronger than your look." You know, and you know, you basically just slam his hand down, and he says, "All right, a deal's a deal."
I've done a drink contest.
Oh.
Okay, but okay.
Oh, anticlimactic.
And he
I say.
and he hands you a. Oh, hang on, one second. He hands you a small, like, you know, terribly drawn map. You know, like, and
Can
it's
I
like,
take that from
it's
Cutler?
like, you know, really, this is, you know, we could have found this on our own just as easy with, you know, as good as this map is, probably, you know, something along those lines. But it does
I
give
mean,
you
hey.
kind of a general idea of where in the Mirror of Dead Men this thing is supposed to be.
Not only that, but I also got 50 gold out of it too. So.
Yeah, and you get 50 gold. All right, let me go back up to Liren and Kablooey and see where see what they're doing as far as if anything, just other than sitting there associating with Gideon. Speaking of which, do I even have Gideon in here? I know I probably don't. Oh yeah, I do. There we go.
All right.
So yeah, no, Liren has taken his drink and put down a couple silver. We'll
Yes, Gideon looks like the guy from Berserk. Yes.
Actually, I don't drink. I stayed up here to see if you wanted any help around the bar. You look exhausted.
He says, "Well, I could use some help building." He says, "We had lots of help, and then old Gnawbones. It was a couple years back." He says, I hate to go into it, but basically something about the Eben death and taking over this green dragon's body, and this green dragon just kind of decimated the city that was already on the verge of collapse as it was, and now it's being rebuilt again. The House of Thalavar's back up. Everything is doing a lot better now, but yeah, 2 years ago, you couldn't pay me to come back here at that time.
Is the green dragon still around?
I don't really know. I don't really know. I mean, I'm an innkeeper. He says I used to be an adventurer, but I'm retired, long since retired. I retired about 2 years ago, just before this happened, and then I helped the town, but I didn't get to help fight off the dragon much. And my old friends that were adventurers, they kind of drove off the dragon, I guess, or did whatever. But I haven't seen them in a while.
well, no words. It's been slain, eh?
I hope so.
All right. Well, I mean, if you need any help around the bar, we're
yeah,
available.
definitely can help. Use help with kegs and this. McDuffin and his crew, they help out a little bit, but I think they drink more than they help.
Yeah, sounds like it.
It's like kids. As long as we're still hearing voices coming up those stairs, everything's perfectly fine. Once it's silent, that's when we need to worry.
He says, yeah, that is a good point." He says, "Now that you mention it, I never realized how much like a kid McDuffin was."
Yeah, all right. I empathize with you.
He says, "You guys are welcome to stay for the night." He says, "The rooms are a couple coppers." He says, I can arrange to have some food brought to you." He says, "Not much in the kitchen here, but I can get something from one of the inns down the way."
What do you think, Cole? You think we're going to be staying the night?
It is.
It's early morning,
what?
remember?
Possibly. We'll see where the day takes us, but we definitely appreciate the offer and the hospitality.
And he says, "Rightly so." He says, "Now, when you leave town to the south there," he says, if you guys are planning on leaving town, like most people, they don't stay in Leyland too long unless they're planning on setting up here for a while." He says, "But if you leave town to the south, I just wanted to let you know that there is a bunch of lizard folk that way. But they're mostly peaceable, and they have a good trade relationship with the town here. So, I wouldn't be too worried about them, and I would definitely treat them with respect."
Absolutely.
They have a trade relationship. They speak mostly the common tongue.
Oh yeah, there's an elf in the village that's teaching them Elven and Common, and he says the head of the tribe is one of my old adventuring comrades. He says his name's Vivek Blackroot.
Vivek Blackroot. All right.
Yeah, put the. He says they call that it's a newly found lizard tribe village that they just built in the last 2 years, or over the last 2 years. They call it Stone Scale Village. They haven't built up much on the village because the lizard men found a castle out in the Mere of Dead Men, and they're refurbishing that.
Huh. Well, good on them. If we come across Vivek, we'll tell him you said hey.
Says, please do. And tell him, hey, he needs to get into town more often.
Yeah, all
Will
right.
do.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Castle Neritar is the name of the castle. For anybody who's interested.
Castle
Right.
Neritar.
Well, you let us know if there's anything we can do, all right?
He says, absolutely. He says, I need help lugging barrels and crates, and
Yeah, all
need
right.
help building the walls. He says that kind of stuff. At night I might need some help waiting tables, but that doesn't seem like it's your guys' gig. He says, and look, you see, I only really have 2 tables in the 2 private rooms.
Listen, I'll push around a couple of crates, a couple of barrels for you. Just keep this, what is this? Keep this drink flowing, whatever it is.
He says, absolutely. He says, it's honeymead from over in Daggerford.
You get that taste of it in the back, the cloying sweetness in your throat. I actually like it.
He says, "Hi. Some people think it's a little too sweet." He says, "Are you from Daggerford?"
Yeah, why not? Yeah, around there.
He says, "Oh well, you know." He says, "To each his own." He says, "I just like it." He says, "I guess I got a sweet tooth."
It's medicinal up front. If it was all sweet, I think I'd like it a lot better.
He says, "Here," and he kind of like takes a swig of a bottle of mead himself,
Hmm.
And he says,
Well,
"I'm gonna get back to work." He says, "I'm exhausted, but
all
no rest for the wicked, as they say."
right. Point me towards the crates and where you need them. Call, you need anything?
I'm just another pair of hands. Help you
Let's
move.
go. Right, let's do it. I'm sure they're just fine down there.
All right, hold on one second.
Meanwhile.
Oh no, that started out last time. It's going off the rails already. Oh, wait, no,
Just a basement on fire. We cut back.
Right?
Right.
Cutler starts using his breath weapon, and everybody just.
I'm just like, how did we get here?
Everyone's dead. I'm gonna hide the body.
Just like proof that Lyran is basically Den Mom at this point, keeping us from destroying things. We leave him for a second, and everything in the basement's on fire.
Okay, so you guys down in the basement here. Let me go back to the basement map. All right, so you guys down in the basement here, talking to McDuffin and his 3 basic buddies there.
So he gave us the map.
He says, "Oh no, Les, I don't have a map," and he hands you a note. Well, he gives you the crappy map that he drew. Yeah, but he hands you a note.
I've got the map. What does the note say?
Yeah.
I thought you had a manifest, which is supposed to be an inventory.
Well, if you read the note, it might be.
Can I decipher the map? Like, is it easily enough to you know?
I just want to point, Polidar is just sitting back on his box, drinking from his gourd. His interest has not been piqued yet.
Is it easy enough to decipher the map, or is it like that badly drawn?
No, it's easy enough to decipher the map, but
Okay.
it's like a kid drew this map, and like you could have just as easily put a dot anywhere on the map and said, "Well, that's probably where we need to go," You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's like it's almost as if somebody made a map of the coastline, a very terrible map of the coastline, put a dot on it, and said, "That's probably where it's at."
All right. Well, we have our location.
Right.
Can I read the note?
The note?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hang on one second. Let me looking at the. All right. Yeah. Okay. So, hold on one second. Let me go to that. Okay. You read the note, and it's actually like a, rolled up scroll, and there's like a couple sheets there. And the note says, "This note details various mining equipment for a voyage departed from the Moonshay Isles to Leyland, located in the Sword Coast." And then anyway, so it the note kind of almost falls apart in your hand, like the sheaves of paper, like or the sheaves of parchment. They're just kind of really old. Um, you
I,
see you see on the manifest, it's just a list of just like I said, mining equipment, but you do see um everything on the list seems very mundane. Like like why is anybody even after this? Except for then you see an item listed and circled multiple times that says thaumaturgic trunk.
I would just like to,
Does
Fuller would
that
like to
mean
just approach
anything?
the table and just kind of exclaim, "It's like, my God, hey, do you people know nothing about preservation?
He
How
says,
could you allow your parchment to get so brittle?"
Dude, who cares about the parchment? What about this trunk? What do I...
Nobody cares about the portion. Fuladar
Does
cares.
anybody know anything about this trunk?
he says,
If you give me a second, I can scribe the containment information onto a newer surface.
Thank you, Fallon. Truly someone honors proper documentation.
Yes. The more you can find out, the better, Fallon. I'm sure these drunks will be no help.
Uh, Out of character, this is my first time realizing that Fallon has the ability scribe. Uh, he is now Falador's favorite person here.
Gosh.
That's
okay.
Just
shameful.
every
The spell
book we
allows you
run
to create a
into
copy
now.
of a written work by placing a blank scroll book or page near the work you are copying, writing all the illustrations, etc., etc. Okay, so yeah, you're gonna make a copy of it.
Do you need a book?
Exactly. Yes.
Okay.
I still have 10 scrolls of parchment.
Okay.
But if you have a book for something like that, we can also use that.
Okay.
Okay, so Folar just hands you his book. One of
Okay.
which he's been, there's just blank pages on his book
Okay.
here.
As you're reading, and as Jessa is reading, Jessa, you read. If you're reading this, I have met my demise, and although we are strangers, I beg of you to carry out a dead man's request. If you have found my note, please deliver it to Macduffin of Leyland. Although I don't know where he is, he always did frequent the Hydra Tap House. Macduffin looks like I have reached the end of my road. And then, does anybody speak Thieves' Cant?
Speak what?
Does anybody have Thieves' Cant? Like,
I don't
do you
think.
have a rogue in the party that
No.
has a rogue language?
No, I was planning on multi-classing into rogue, but as of right now, no.
The rest of the thing is written in some sort of weird code.
Did you take?
Uh,
Oh no, we don't get evocations until level 2. Damn, and you're only a level 1 warlock right now.
Oh, and also that I forgot that the rest of that stuff that I just read was on the back of the manifest, written on the back of the manifest.
I would ask Macduff if he could translate the mysterious writing for us.
He says, I suppose. He says, although I should charge another arm wrestling match for it, I think you got one over on me.
I'm down.
So out of love with your arm
He
that
says,
you are
no,
willing.
no. He says, it was delivered to me a while ago, so here we go. So, Macduffin, looks like I've reached the end of my road. I know you are mad at me for cutting you out of the last haul, but it looks like my greed was the end of me, and here is the manifest we discussed before. Although most of it is nothing I can use, I can confirm for you there might be something you're interested in. From my research, the thaumaturgic trunk is one of miracles that no thief could pick, no matter how trained. Anyone transporting one of these must have something worth of serious coin. I took my shot, and now it's your go. Best of luck. Skid.
How long
wait,
And then
ago?
he hands it back to you, and he says, "Skid was a friend of mine. I'm
How long
I'm not
ago
taking
did
my
you?
shot."
How long ago did you receive this?
He says, "I received it about a 10-day ago." He says, "But
Cutler looks confused and goes, "What's a 10-day?"
he says about a week,
Oh,
10 days." And he says, "But it's been 2 or 3 10 days since I seen Skid."
you care to adventure with us to find your friend?
He says,
Maybe.
He says, I'm not one for going after superstition. He says, I think it's claimed the lives of enough people. He says, but if you guys go and retrieve anything good, I am more than willing to pay handsomely for things.
Would you like us to retrieve your friend's body so you can give him a proper funeral?
He says, or he's always wanted to be buried like a true sailor and be buried at sea, of course. He says, so either way would be satisfying to me.
Considering I'm a pirate, I would prefer the at sea method.
And you do know the Mirror of Dead Men is right on the coast too, so it's like right. It hooks right up to the sea. There's like a bayou point where
Yeah.
So let me see if I got a. Of course, I don't have a Sword Coast map in here. Hold on one second. Let me bring a Sword Coast map in here. Boop. Sleeping Dragon's Wake. Oh no, that's not it.
What is the transmogrifier?
Okay, so the transmagrifier, if you're a pro member, I think you might have to be a pro member, might not, but you basically can bring over stuff from another game and just slide it over basically.
That's interesting.
Rather than having to do a lot of remapping. So I just slid it over there, and now there's the map. Well, that's not the map. I lied. There is the map somewhere. Sword Coast. Where are you at, Sword Coast? Okay, it usually works.
Right there.
Okay, let me see. Is it there?
Up
You
one.
dragged it into handouts.
Right there. Oh, down one. Down.
Right where?
Yep, right there.
Right where?
Or down one more.
Oh, that one. Okay, I see what you're saying. Okay, so here's a map of the Sword Coast, basically. And let me.
Waiting for it to load.
Did I put you on it yet? Oh, I didn't put Didn't put you on it yet. Hold on. So here's a map of the Sword Coast. I gotta go to the GM layer here. And over here is...
Over where?
Hang on one second. Is where Leylon and the Mirror of the Dead Men are. Bottom left corner.
Ah, okay.
That's Leylon and the Mirror of Dead Men. The Mirror of Dead Men is a swamp that extends several miles. You can see it's, 30, 40 miles across and probably 80 miles long.
Jeez.
And then, like right between the swamp and there's like bayou area and then, the open sea.
So, are we going to go after this?
That's open sea. And the Cornelia seems to be somewhere down right around in here.
And the Cornelia is the ship, right?
Yeah.
I don't see why we wouldn't go after
At
it.
least according to the map that's the crudely drawn map.
I don't see
Alright,
why we
let's
shouldn't
head
go
out.
after it.
Let's see if we can get that ship captain to take us there.
Mutually assured, isn't it? He wants what's there, and as well, we want the information.
Alright, that's
Before we-
and Jessa will head back up the stairs.
Now, before we head out, I do have a question. Ultimately, who are we planning on cutting in on this deal? The ship captain or, the other guy?
Ideally, no one.
Me and you are on the same train of thought.
Must I be the adult in the room? Obviously, we need to give someone something. I just wouldn't know all the fine details.
I give him back his 50 gold.
I suppose that suffices.
He says, I know the ways. I know the ways of the sea. He says, you giving me back the 50 gold. He says, I appreciate it. He says, I'll take it. He says, but, He says, but that would just go toward anything you want to sell me.
Yes.
He says, if
Correct.
you don't want to sell me anything, he says, obviously, salvage is for the taking of whoever takes it. He says, but I would appreciate it, you taking care of the body of my friend.
That I will definitely do for you.
Here. I'll be returning up now. I've run out of drink of my own. I need to refill.
Agreed.
Okay, so you
Yeah,
guys gonna head
let's go
upstairs
first.
with Ka and Liren?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly.
So you hear the din quiet down a little bit. Gideon is over off doing something, and you see Liren, or not Liren. You see the others come out of the basement. Folidar and Fallon and Jessa. I don't know who's coming first, but we'll put you all on the map. There you go. There's Jessa.
I put myself on the map.
All right. There's Folidar.
Are we like
Oh,
carrying
my friend.
boxes?
Yeah.
So I'm struggling.
Good patron! And I would just walk up to Gideon.
He says, "Yes. What can I help you with?"
I have received information from Macduff about the manifest that we had spoken of earlier. Is there anything you could tell me about this area? I'm not from around here.
He says, well, the Stone Scale Village to the south is a nice place to visit. You know, if you don't mind hanging out with lizard folk. He says, there's a beautiful elf teacher there too. But he says, don't let my wife hear that too loud.
I meant more about this, and I just point to the crudely drawn map.
He says, yeah, that's the Mirror of Dead Men. He says it's huge.
Why does it have its name? What is a mere?
A mirror it's kind of like a moor or a swamp, you know. It's like but it's got a lot of for lack of a better term, a lot of squishy areas.
I see.
Well,
Swampy.
it's time to get going, you guys.
Oh my god. Oh, Liren. Kablooey, look what he did. He scribed the words onto my book.
I would like some liquor, please.
It's actually a pretty good trick.
Cool.
Fallen Dove Moon is the god that I had always hoped for.
Are you swearing fealty to Fallon Dove Moon?
I don't see why I shouldn't.
Oh my god.
He says basically a mirror just is, you know, it's just describing you like a pond or a swamp type thing.
I see.
Wetlands.
I see. Thank you.
Well, Sir Dove Moon seems to be full of surprises, yeah?
Why are you two moving boxes?
Keeping
Helping
myself
him.
limber.
I can help too, I guess.
I can
Alright,
help
I got
myself to a drink.
We got something to go look for. We got to grease the wheels of the ship captain to give us a little ride.
What's the rush, Jessa?
The rush is
Are you like Fallon doesn't seem in a rush. I shouldn't be.
I'm just like, we just got underground. Let's enjoy ourselves. Let's have a night of drinking.
Folidar is
It's the
lightly
morning.
inebriated.
Let's have a morning of drinking.
I don't know.
Gideon!
That lasts
What
until the
drinks
night, and
does
then
this
we'll have a
place
night
have?
of drinking.
Exactly.
Yeah, we elves have a ritual for that we call it free shopping.
I don't know what this free shopping is, but I'd like to do a bit of it right about
Hold
now.
on. Hold on.
Free shopping.
I speak Elven. What does that translate to?
Oliver, that was your cue.
Sorry, I didn't miss last part.
Oh, he said, I speak Elven. What does that translate to?
Free drink, early drinking.
Yes. Yes. Free shopping. Free shopping.
Here. I would like
Oh,
to take
boy.
part in this shopping of free.
Not to be mistaken with the French Open. It's free shopping, French Open. Not the same thing.
Well.
I don't know. I'm not really welcomed here in this area. I'm too close.
You're too close.
Too close.
To what?
Close to what?
Neverwinter.
Oh, to Neverwinter.
Oh,
Yes, you are very close to Neverwinter.
Why are you
No,
worried
no
about
worry.
that?
I think
Oh,
we
I just might be wanted there.
For
Oh?
what? You have talk of knowing each other. You should tell us why you're wanted so we can help you as your friends.
I don't know if you guys are my friend per se at this point.
Why not, Jessa? I mean, look at us. We're practically twins, right?
We're about to go raid a wrecked ship together.
At
At the
that
And what-
bare minimum.
At that point, does Folidar shapeshift to look like Jessa?
I was going to say, I started shape-shifting towards Jessa's look. And then I just say, and what are we if we do not trust each other? Just a bunch of thieves waiting to stab each other in the back.
At
Well,
that,
you
at
don't
that,
know,
I think
Jessa.
several of you look around nervously at each other. Maybe, I
Just
don't know.
laugh. Cutler just laughs, knowing it would take multiple knives to kill him.
You guys don't know Tessa.
Well, I mean, I told you my backstory. We got time to kill. Enlighten us.
No
Shortest
follow-up.
backstory ever.
Okay.
So, what's up, guys?
Oh, I guess I'm doing this.
Yeah, all right.
So you guys probably figure out that I'm the same race as our friend here. Both changelings.
The changiest.
Is that's what's up with the both of you?
Ah, yes.
Yes, we're changelings.
Ooh.
Are you related?
Ooh, that's a loaded question, isn't it?
I don't know.
It's a
Did
little
you grow-
weren't in the
Did you grow up in the
nomadic
same
tribe very
area?
often.
Did you grow up in the same area? Let's put it that way.
I
I
was
was in
raised
a
by an
nomadic
elderly
tribe.
couple.
Then odds are no, they're not related.
Well, it's good to know that they have as much difficulty keeping track of each other as we do.
You
Right.
you hear Gideon from across the bar. I don't think changelings grow up. I think they're just kind of a puddle of ooze at some point in time, and they just kind of form into whatever they form into.
Gideon, you have a pretty face, but I would respect that you don't assume my culture.
That
Who are you
sounds-
calling a puddle of ooze?
That
you
sounds
don't assume
racist.
you oozing.
It does
That-
sound
that-
a little racist, doesn't it? He's in a backwater town, literally. He has
Gideon,
no
my
idea of the
man.
town outside of this town.
That,
I kinda
that
just
sounds so
Step
racist.
into the explanation of us and
I
just
use
go.
I use the the Deep Space Nine reference of how Odo used to turn into an ooze,
Lol.
like a little bucket thing. He'd sleep in a bucket.
So I kind of step in the explanation of Justin for a second and just like a detail. As long as I have been a man of changing, this Jessa is the first of our kind that I've ever met. I know little about us myself, and I myself was raised by humans.
All right, so it can't be a coincidence that the mind flayers grabbed up two of you.
Yeah, that does seem weird.
I hadn't
Well-
actually thought about it.
I could kind of see why the mind flayers grabbed me.
Gideon comes over. Gideon comes over to the table and he says to you guys, he says, "Wait a second. You guys are both changelings, and this is the first time either of you've seen another changeling?"
No, I grew up with changelings.
He says, "Oh, okay." Whew.
I really
Like-
never fascinated myself with the culture.
He's like, for a minute there, I was a little worried. Like the dragon attacks the town, and he and is like staved off, and now there's no more dragon, and all of a sudden the Cornelius might be unearthed, and there's two changelings that have never seen other changelings. He's like, I kind of thought there was maybe some kind of omens going on here.
Gideon, man.
Me, myself, am an omen friend.
Oh,
Just real quick, you're far too busy to add eavesdropping to your list of tasks, yeah?
He says,
I
well,
say it's very rude.
he says that is true. He says I apologize. He says, but you know,
No, don't worry about it.
He says it gets boring here. He says, beneath the relentless beating of boards against the walls and reflooring and roofing and so on. He says,
Well, why
I'll
don't
tell
you
you
move
what
the
it
water
is.
deep? There's a lot of interest going on there.
This place is drab.
he says, you look around at this grand place. He says, why would I move to Waterdeep when I have all this?
And you
Mr.
see,
Kirk,
Gideon,
Hold up. You like what you have here? No offense, but this place seems like a shithole to me.
He says, it's what I can afford.
And I'm a pirate.
yeah, he's doing his best.
He
Here,
says, it's what I
Mr.
can
Gideon.
afford. He said, if I could afford to move to Waterdeep, believe you me. And then he goes
Mr.
back,
Gideon.
over toward the bar.
Here's a gold piece before you go, huh?
The bar that was on the couch.
I just whisper to Jessa or Tessa, whichever form she's in. Why don't we cut him in?
What?
There's no need for that.
and I'm just kind of hugging Liren drunkenly because I'm just, oh, what a kind man.
Oh,
How
God.
does Fallon react to being hugged against his will?
I'm hugging Liren, not Valid on this one.
Oh,
Oh,
that's even worse.
all right. We're doing backstories here.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
You want me to finish?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead.
So I grew up with other changelings.
Yeah.
I, however, am not like other changelings. I suffer from something they call split personality. It happens to changelings every so often.
Uh-huh.
But it's still kind of rare. I have kind of two personalities.
Okay, and
So my other form goes by Tessa.
okay.
She's something else. She's a little crazy.
Okay, cut to the chase. Why are you wanted?
So I went to Neverwinter to study and get a job to actually explore my capacity. Well, Tessa was also curious, and she performed some experiments, and now I'm outlawed in Neverwinter.
Being outlawed for experimentation? How
Hold up. What kind of experiments?
What was that? An
The
insight
good
check?
ones? What other kinds are there?
Well,
Well, I mean, there's experimenting on bodies. There's experimenting on animals. There's
Good.
testing spells.
Great.
There's testing buoyancy of things. You know,
Also
like
good.
ships. There's a whole bunch of experiments. What experiments was this Tessa doing exactly?
I think her last one was she was trying to trying to make amputations.
Make amputation.
Yeah.
You
On
mean on willing
Sick or
people?
wounded limbs, or
Yeah, that against people's wills.
Yeah.
Was she successful?
That's what you're worried about?
Well, any
Do you
experiment
realize
that
he
fails.
reminds us that she is still searched in Neverwinter, I suppose, was it?
Yeah, she was trying to amputate limbs and then like reanimate the limbs and
So necromancy.
what?
yeah. She was also
Question.
trying
That's lovely.
Is
Yeah.
your personality the only thing that's different, or does your look different for her as well?
yes, she looks like a changeling in their true form, like pure white.
So then how would they know that she's you as long as you don't transform while we're there?
Oh, Cutler,
Oh.
come now. Who wouldn't expect a changeling to change?
I mean, she hasn't changed for 3 days in a row now, so
There are still ways to make sure who is the right person, even if you are a changeling. There are ways to identify you.
okay.
So magical ways they can determine things.
So is Tessa your true form, or is she just another form that's like a true form?
That's rude, Cutler.
I'm fucking sorry! I've never met a fucking changeling before, you two!
Whether Jessa or Tesla, there is no true form. There's only the form that we ourselves identify
Okay, so what
with.
does a mage see when they cast True Seeing on you, then?
They see a shapeshifter.
Oh, okay.
Because
So there is no, like...
changelings are considered shapeshifters, so they see
So
a
there-
shapeshifter.
Oh, so do they
They're
see you
humanoids,
like...
but, you know.
So do they see you like a double ganger, then? Like, how does that work?
I kind of would think they would just see like a kind of a for a changeling. I think they would see like an ever shifting form. I don't know.
Okay, then.
That's just my take on it.
I do not mean to be rude. Again, just like Gideon there. I've never met a fucking changeling!
You can make it up to her by buying me a drink.
Fuck off! If I'm making up to her, I'm buying her the drink! Fuck you!
Liren's gonna push his almost full drink over to Faladar.
Thank you.
I would
This is
like to
really
offer... I would buy a gold piece worth of a drink for Jessa, though.
So I think what's the original form of a shape changer is gonna be like I guess what they see. So it might be for a changeling. I don't know. Do they have features like a human normally?
That's white. I think you can pale white with white hair.
Yeah. Okay. So pale white with white hair, basically, like kind of like just sort of like a smooth looking elf, maybe.
Whiter.
Smooth elf.
Whiter and smoother. The mere draw, but with mouths. I mean, with eyes. I mean.
So when are we setting out to find this ship wreckage?
Well, we're burning daylight. Might as well go. Do we want to?
Yeah, let's go.
Oh.
You know what?
I'll share on the way. I am a pirate captain. I was not always a pirate captain. I was always a ruthless son of a bitch. I have an aggression issue sometimes, as you've seen multiple times. And on top of that all, I like to burn things.
I like to burn things.
I noticed.
Pick things up and put them down.
I'm glad you got
Anything
that.
else we should know about? Yeah.
I may or may not like destruction.
Yeah.
He kind of just like does the thing where somebody like flickers their eyes back and forth, like, you know, like when they're lying. Just
You miss your ship and your mates, yeah?
hell yeah! Can't wait to get my crew back.
What was the name of your ship?
The Burning Bitch.
The Burning Bitch.
Oh.
Yeah, we already have a little bit of extra we are looking for here in this web for you. A little burning bitch.
Burning Bitch. That is the most Cutler name I think I've ever heard.
Thank you, I appreciate it. I got it because the former captain of the ship, I challenged her to a duel and I burned her alive for ownership of the ship and crew.
How else would you get in contact with a ship?
I have no fucking clue.
How the matter?
Do you realize that we're trying to get you a burning bitch to fly, so you have a flying burning bitch?
Yes, exactly.
And there goes our meeting.
I see what I'll do.
Who knows? Maybe we can even get some dragon scale sails and get the bitch to actually be burning while it works.
You have
the dreams.
The dreams.
Fallon looks to Jessa and smiles a little bit and says, "I think we are on the way to that too."
So let's head off.
Yeah, all right.
Oh yes, exactly. They told us about our village of scaly kinds. Here, lizard folks.
Yeah,
Well,
to the
the-
south.
Yeah, the ship wreckage is in the water, though.
Yeah, and our scaly kind, our lizard folk guide would be really help. And I heard about a beautiful elf living in this scaly lizard folk village.
Fair.
Yeah, I heard.
We
about
don't have
one
really
thing.
time for romance.
No time for
Wait,
romance, Dr. Jones. Anyway.
Wait, is that the only reason you want to go to these scaly people? Because you want a fucking elf?
I say, if the man has a motivation, it is his own. Okay? And we will help him see it through. Excuse me a moment.
I just look over to Folador and go, "Stop telling me how to act! You're not my dad!
I want to point out I forgot to shapeshift back. I still look like Jessa, so I'm just like, oh, 1 second. As I pull out a photo, like a small portrait, and just change back into
Cutler
myself.
says, "You're not my dad or mom or dad. You know who you are, not."
Yeah, pretty much. He's just like, stop telling me to act, damn it.
I'm sorry. I get a bit fatherly when inebriated. Forgive me.
Note to self, don't let you drink anymore. It's annoying.
Ah, here. Calm down now. I'll even give you a sip.
Okay, you'll
What?
notice I put you guys are on the map of Layla on there. That and the arrow up top where there's the hide your tap house. It used to be called the Night Goblet Inn back in the day. But yeah, anyways. Yeah, so to the south is this way basically. Like
The town square.
Yeah, the town square south. And then this is north, and then that is east. And then to the west is, of course, the more swampy lands and the sea.
I like how the town square is like nowhere near the middle of the town. Everybody at the top end of the town to get to the square has to walk all the way down.
Yep. It's probably a class issue thing, but anyway.
So let's go to swap.
So we are going to.
Forgot how far this village was, though. Huh?
Yeah, nobody asked that.
Seriously. Why?
Oh, believe me, it's near enough.
Yeah, it is very near when you guys leave the thing, the town throughout this gate here, out of this bottom gate. You guys can see the Mirror Dead Men ahead, and it's quite a sight. Lots of swamp, like cypress type trees and wetlands trees and wildlife, and it is not that long before you can see signs of a village, but it takes you a second because the village is like built into the trees.
Well, I suppose we might as well head out then.
I know these type of architecture. Nice.
And,
How do you know this?
They're built like on stilts and in trees and such like that. They're like these huts in trees and on stilts, and essentially that they're got some people here that aren't supposed to be here. But you put yourself on the map. Oh, Control Z. Put her back. This one. Okay. Yeah. Where'd you guys put yourself on the map? Top left corner is where you guys will be coming in.
Put myself on top of the big tree.
Okay, here you'll be coming in at this top left corner here.
I'm like all the way over. Ah, where'd you move me?
Top
Ah,
left corner. Top left corner.
top left corner. Okay, I got you.
Liren. You guys can put yourself in any order you want. Fallon, I
See.
think put
Cutler
yourself
being
on
the
there.
tank, just
I think that's
cut-
everybody, right?
Cutler being the tank just goes up front.
Okay. You see a tabaxi kind of run past you and kind of wave and nod and head off into the the east. But he also looks like, when you look at him, he's got a little bit of a mane and looks almost like a cross between a tabaxi and a leonin.
I
Where
whisper
you-
to Jessa, "Had ever changed into one of those before?"
I can't say that I have.
I would just like to scream at the young animal person. Where are you going, young one?
It's doesn't look super young, or it's hard to tell if it's young or old, but it's not like that much shorter than you, only probably a head or two, but it just kind of like looks back at you and just keeps going.
Really? How fucking rude.
Yeah,
Maybe that one
maybe
didn't learn common yet.
Maybe don't yell at the population as we walk in.
One of the lizard folk runs up or not runs up, but like walks up and says, "He's the speedy one." He says he doesn't hang around much.
I see. And you are the greety one? You're the one who greets people?
He says, Very often. My name's
Greasy.
Merdan.
Nice to meet you, Madan. The name is Cutler. The Wall Colton.
Cutler the Wall Colton. That is a long name.
Indeed.
He says, well, Cutler the Wall Colton, what brings you and your friends here? For trade?
Ask-
We are establishing trade with the towns.
Ask that one. And I point to Fallon because it was his idea to come here. Or her. I don't know.
Perhaps you're
We are,
interested in our flail
we are
still.
sort of how do you call it? Expected.
What's that?
We are sort of expected of your
Oh.
chief shaman. Shaman? Do you have shamans? A shaman like this? Or these?
He says,
Vivek.
you must mean Vivek.
That man, yes.
Yeah, exactly.
He says, yeah, he's our chieftain. He says, follow me, and he says, he's right over here by this campfire. And brings you over here. He says, Vivek, we have visitors. As you walk by there, you also notice there's a rather presentable elf, who is definitely beautiful looking, but also looks a little bit dangerous.
Hello, Sir Vivek.
He says,
Hi, my, what soaring sights to see. As I just like say that directly to her face in the most non-subtle
Why
way
is it not?
possible.
Okay, I don't know why this is not working, but interesting. I get it. That's why. Okay.
What'd you do?
I don't have her character over here. That's why.
Oh.
I just have her token. Anyways, yeah. So Vivek nods. You can tell he's wearing like kind of a plant covered outfit, or a plant covered like cloak with hood, type of thing. And he's carrying a large staff, with a serpent for a head.
We need some help with potentially breathing underwater.
He says, "Oh," he says, "I can probably do that. I'm not sure."
We are looking to explore the wreckage of the Cornelia.
He says, well, good luck with that. He says, here, you know what? I can get you guys some potions, and you guys could use that." He says, "The wreckage is on land, from what I understand from my fellow lizard folk." He says, "I've never been there and never seen it, but there is lizard folks basically own this swamp, other than he says, but other than like the creatures and stuff that exist here." He says, "But I would be wary." He says, "If you go south of here, some of the lizard folk tribes are not as friendly." He says,
Are the lizard folk who told you about this wreckage location in this camp by any chance?
"Well, yes, I don't get many people from other tribes except for just trade, but yes."
Did you call them forth to give us directions to where they found the wreckage? Because it was my understanding it was in the water.
He says, "Oh, well, maybe partially in the water, but this is a big swamp, so it's hard to tell what's in this water and what's on land sometimes." He says, "But us lizard folk usually are just at home in the water as they are on land." He says, but yeah, one second." And he makes like a keening whistle, and this guy comes over.
While that happens, I ask him, Vivek, why is it that you have not seen the wreckage of the ship yourself?
He says, "Well, why would I?"
Why wouldn't you? If everything we've heard about it is true, it seems like it's very reasonable.
He says, "Okay." He says, I'm not sure what you've heard about it." He says, "But
Walk over to Foladar. He probably doesn't know.
he says, "But I do. I am curious now as to what it is that I should have heard."
Oh, we are just technically interested in one particular object of the freight of these ship.
He says, "Oh, I'm sure that thing's been picked clean long ago." He says, "But if not," he's like, "it might be because, it's more of a folk tale than anything else."
Well, we look to see.
In all of my journeys and in all of my studies, I found that every folk tale bases itself on a kernel of truth.
He says, well, he says, he says, Vixus, tell these guys where you saw the Cornelia, and he speaks in halting common, uh, and he kind of is trying to express where he saw it, and where he's expressing is kind of on the edge of the map, where you guys have the dot basically, and it is about 2 days south of here.
Yeah,
Maybe a day normally, but since you're going through swamp, it'll be trudging through a lot of you know terrain that's slow going.
Well, since our buddy is interested in this as well, is there any way maybe we could get him to ship us over there real quick?
He says, no, the ships can't get into the bayou most likely. He says,
Oh, it's not a water ship; it's an airship.
he says, oh, well, in that case, I don't see why not. Vivek says
If we think about the space you have, the water you have underneath your keel to land for these kind of ships, I think the bayous may a little bit too shallow for this.
He says that's the problem. Vivek says that's the problem. He says, and usually the ground is too soft for a lot of for what we call human type vessels or elf vessels. He says we do have a sort of lizard folk swamp buggy that we've been working on that it's more of a raft really than anything else, but it's got a very shallow keel.
How long would it take us to get there on this thing?
He says, I think you could get there in a day, maybe, if you're careful.
How many people can this raft hold?
I think about maybe 8.
Are you accounting for
Try, he
size?
says I wouldn't try any more than 8.
Okay.
Sounds totally okay. We would
How much for
like to inquire for these kind of transportation.
He says, well, the other 2 are out at the moment, so we only have 1 that we can lend you. We don't require anything. Basically, this is a product of the land, and the land belongs to all the lizard folk. He says, and all peoples. He says, it is ours to do with as we must while we're here, and we will go back to it when we pass. He says, however, any small donations that you would give us would go toward our trade goods and would go toward our trade deals with other towns.
I do have a
Well,
question for you.
Great. So when can we take that and get out of your hair?
He says,
Or
I can
scam?
tell Vixus to go retrieve it at once. It should be here within 5 or 10 minutes. He should be able to get it over here.
I would like to ask you a question. Are you a druid by chance?
He said, why, yes, I am.
Well, I personally don't believe in your ways, but hey, if there's any rhyme to it, could you pray for safe passage to Mother Earth for us?
He says, I will absolutely do that. He says, and my beliefs do not require you to believe in my beliefs.
I understand this. Thank you.
He says,
And I just walk away.
he says, may Miley be with you.
May who?
It's my deity.
Oh, okay.
You may have heard of her, but possibly not.
So let's
Pretty
go
hard for you
onward.
not to hear.
But she's basically a goddess of the forest and
as
stuff.
a nice giving for you for the tribe, if we locate the wreckage of the ship, we could not possibly haul everything out of this with just one boat hole. So you have a proof of the ship, and you can, like you said, these swampers are yours, yours for taking.
He says, yeah, I mean, I suppose. He says, I don't know what there would be there other than mundane items to use. I guess we could use them in refurbishing the castle. He says, I'm not really sure. He says, but yeah, I mean, we appreciate any donations given. He says, of course. He says, but he says, oh, shoot, I forget what he said. He says, he says when you guys reach there, if you find nothing, he says, at least you will have had a nice journey through this area of the world, and will be more familiar with the swamp. He says, oh, also watch out for the the swamp cows.
I would just like to ask. I heard that you, and I don't mean this to be racist. Don't take this the wrong way. I heard you lizard folk were often cruel, cunning, and unemotional.
He says,
Cuddler.
I don't know if unemotional is accurate. He says, but often cruel and cunning, definitely. And he looks at you in the eye, and you kind of get a little bit of a shivered feeling down your spine, even though it's Cutler. You know what I'm saying?
I look over to Felidar and go, "What? You're the one all about learning. I asked the question so I can learn."
Vivek, what a clever joke you just made there. Cruel and cunning.
Yeah,
You're a
Cutler,
fly on the wall.
He
Cutler,
he looks over at Folidar and smiles a toothy grin.
All right, let us be off.
In my
Cutler.
times with the lizard folk, they've always been the greatest jokesters by far.
Cutler, you will redefine the definition of cold and emotionless if you visit Elven mage school.
Sounds fun.
Vivek says.
No,
He says. Vivek says. Well, he says. To be fair, I am far more emotional than most lizard folk. He says. I think that the other lizard folk are more logical.
We're tribalists.
I like logic, so it's all good.
Yes, quite.
He says.
Would tribalists?
But welcome to the Stone Scale tribe.
Thank you, good sir.
Yeah.
All right, off we go. Come on, we've wasted enough time.
Before we go,
Okay.
I'll approach Vivek. So you take donations.
Yeah, we take MasterCard. No, yeah.
All right.
MasterCard.
He says yes. We would accept any donations that you would be willing to trade or share.
I'll hand over 5 gold pieces. Say, I hear you know Gideon Kirk.
He says, yes. He says, Gideon. He used to be a traveling companion of mine before I had to kind of settle in and make sure the tribe was. And he looks over at Cutler. He says, less cunning and evil.
Well, he runs the Hydra Tap House to the north. He said,
that's what it was. Less cunning and
he said, don't be a stranger.
He says, oh yeah, I know Gideon well. He says, I should make it into town. He says, unfortunately, being king of the lizard folk has got its drawbacks. He says, but yeah, he says, at least king of this tribe. He says, there is a tribe to the south we often have contestants with, but it's a lizard folk thing, and it's just kind of a trepidatious mucking through the mire, as it were.
Our Kablooey, ever the noble one. This guy, right?
He says.
Anyone.
He said.
Yeah.
He reaches. He holds his. He puts his staff in his other hand and reaches with his left hand, and pats Kablooey on the shoulder. He says, "But trust me, little dragon." He says, "If you find something out there, you will be more able to take care of it than many." And he kind of like looks around.
Thank you.
He says, think of these lizard folk here. He says, think of most of them as commoners.
Okay. They look a little tougher than commoners, but I'll take your word for it.
He says, it's the hide.
Yeah, you probably have to survive in the swamps.
Are we ready to head out now?
Yeah, can we go?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, so you guys, Vixis brings the raft in, and you guys hop on the raft, and I assume start traveling southward. Yes.
Away.
Where we go?
Away.
Away. Oh, excuse me.
So, Kablooey, how is it you ended up traveling with old rough and tough over here?
We actually haven't really done that much traveling. I pretty much stayed at Waterdeep for as long as I can remember. While he was out sailing the seas, we just happened to get kidnapped at the same time when he stopped into port.
It's just that
He's
you're
my
so
nephew.
radically different. I can't imagine the link of your family that puts you two in the same room.
Are you biologically
Oh,
No,
no.
or are you like
no adoption.
family friends?
I picture Jessa asking this, like when she's asking this, I picture her like going with her hands and doing like, are you, like biologically,
My
like,
mother.
are you compatible?
My
How
mother.
does,
Life
that work
finds a way.
My mother runs an orphanage in Waterdeep, and he happens to be one of the kids that was there.
Mhm.
I consider him like a nephew more than a brother, though.
Okay.
I've never met another kobold. Father Craxel found me.
Indeed.
Maybe it was all part of a greater purpose.
Of course. It always is.
I find that one of my greatest and favorite philosophers, Kwakshi Downtail, theorizes that we all find our way to each other as a part of a greater string of destiny. Romantic a bit, isn't it?
A little depressing at the moment.
Okay, as you guys are like heading off on the raft, you guys come to a basically a point in the swamp where it's kind of like either going to have to be ported or you're going to have to. It is also very heavy. It is made to carry 8 people. You guys can carry it all together, but it either has to be ported or docked there, essentially.
What is ported? Oh,
And you don't know how far you have to port it yet, so.
Let's just leave it and come back.
yep. Let's dock it. Continue leading the way, little lizard man.
And you make it you make it probably I'm gonna say a good part of the day, anyways, before you have to dock. But then as you make your way deeper through the swamp, you can feel the ground kind of turning muddy between your feet, and you can hear some like groans in the distance.
That's concerning.
They're probably just coming down as badly as I am right now.
I would like to ready an action to, like, just swing at something if they try to come too close to us.
Just any old thing, just if something gets close, you're gonna start swinging at it.
like something threatening specifically.
Okay. Okay. Well, as you kind of look ahead, as you guys are walking, you just keep going, and up ahead there's 3 humanoids. One's a lizard folk, and 2 are humans, but they're just kind of stuck in the mud, like knee high. And it looks like
All 3 of them are?
Yeah, they're just kind of struggling to get free. Essentially, it looks like.
If we free you, do you promise not to harm us?
They just kind of look at you with kind of yellowed eyes and go.
Was that a
Yeah,
yes?
I'm not freeing them. I don't know about you, but I'm gonna let them die.
I am gonna shoot a crossbow at one of them.
Easy.
You're gonna shoot a crossbow at one of them, just stuck in the mud.
You
You're
don't-
gonna butcher,
I think
butcher
you
this
don't
poor
want-
humanoid, are you?
They could be sick.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and shoot your
I
crossbow.
would
at one of them.
elect to show a little bit of compassion
Hey,
to our
Kablooey.
sickness.
See if I can do this.
I would look at Kablooey and Fuladar and go, if they are sick, do you want to free them and let the rest of the tribe become sick?
Do I get advantage?
No, there is a
because
middle
they're
ground.
stuck?
Yep, you do get advantage because their movement is
Oh.
0. They are restrained and they are actually. I think they're considered incapacitated in a way, but maybe not.
And what
Just
would that
restrain
middle
it.
bound be, Fuladar?
One
Well, when there's a sickness, do you not investigate to see exactly what type of sickness it is?
No,
Do
you kill everyone so they don't.
Do you
That's
want to
not-
go anywhere near something that looks like that? And risk potentially being drug in with it?
and not know where it came from.
I don't know about you, but I agree with Jessa here. Kill them.
Okay, so what'd you get there, Jessa? What'd you roll?
Wait.
Oh, 8 and a 7. Ooh,
I,
so that's an advantage, but it's still not enough to hit them. They still kind of lethargically dodge to the side a little bit.
Not your best
try
work, Jeff.
to. Oh wait, it has advantage on it.
Easy.
Yeah, because
Don't get close.
you're hitting them. You're gonna get close enough to hit them.
I'm
More
gonna
than 10
try to.
feet.
I'm gonna try to behead one of them.
Wait,
Yeah.
are you going up
So
to them?
you're doing a called shot.
Yeah.
Okay, so that'd be straight rolling. So the top one still hits though. Okay, 12 slashing. Hang on one second here. Let me double check something here. Make sure we're all good here. Yep, we're all good here, and we're going to put you on this map.
Just go to Fuladar. Catch this if you want to see what the sickness is.
Cutler.
You know,
The
we
mud.
could have
Cutler.
taken them down on range with a
Oh,
minimum amount of spell
irony.
effort.
Okay, so I don't know where you guys want to put yourselves. Where am I missing Lyran? Here. So you guys should be able to see yourselves on the map, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Alright, and...
Where are...
Hang on, I'll show you where the guys are.
So,
Cutler, you're going to be up front a little bit.
does this count as me earning piety? Because one of my piety is using violence or direct action to affect change.
It could, but you don't get it like that. You get it like, per adventure type of thing versus...
Oh, okay.
It's not like experience there. You get it one every time. You get it
Okay.
in sections, kind of.
Okay.
The heck?
Cutler. Can you still move?
Whoops, wrong thing.
Yes.
Alright.
What is the world is that? That's weird.
Uh,
So I got this one.
Cutler, who advises not to go near these things, and
Oh,
so
there we go.
the launches
There we
so
go.
deeper and deeper.
Okay, so
Clear
Cutler,
does not make any sense.
10 feet away from these three dudes here.
I had a feeling that's what this was when you said this. Just looking on the
And-
tokens.
Yeah. And so how much damage did you do? 12?
12. I don't know if I get any extra damage for a cold shot or whatever. I don't know.
Oh, you were doing a called shot, that's right. And you were trying to behead one?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you said it did still hit.
I'm assuming you're attacking this one then, who's probably...
Whichever
over here,
one would
so
make...
he's probably closest. So
Yeah, whichever one would be the make most sense.
Okay, so we'll put him at -12.
You said one of them was a lizard folk?
Yeah, and his head... This is one of the humans. His head falls to the ground. And,
Foladar. Catch!
his head falls to the ground, and the rest of his body is still kind of scraping and clawing at the ground to try to get out, but he just seems to be sinking deeper in the mud.
I just go to Foladar. Catch! And throw the head.
You've ruined it. I just kind of like bat it off to the side.
Kick it.
You still want to see what these things are?
And the head,
Well,
kinda
considering
chomps
how
at
he's
you.
still moving,
Head kinda
I'd
chomps
say
at you
yes.
as it's rolling away, kind of thing.
Okay, that's
Would
not...
any of us have heard tales of this, like the cleric, perhaps?
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah, undead are not really a good omen.
Yeah, they're fairly common knowledge too. I mean,
Mhm.
the people know that there's undead that exist in the world, or at least believe that there are.
Oh, then I would just look at Foladar. These are zombies, dude.
No. So Faldar would explain, for something to be undead, it first had to have been dead. What killed them?
We'll find out now, won't we?
Can I cast Detect Evil and Good to see if there's any more than just these three around us?
Yes.
Just the entire map lights up with.
Well, 30 feet from me.
Well, I mean, you could concentrate up to 10 minutes, so.
Yeah.
20 feet to the south of these guys. South and
Oh.
20 feet to the south, so right around in here. Yeah, right around there. You,
Well, I wouldn't sense it now.
what? Oh,
It'd be 30 feet from me.
Oh, 30 feet from you. Okay, I thought it was 60
Yeah,
feet.
it would be as we get closer, he would start to sense it because his
Okay,
concentration
so you
is
cast
10 minutes.
All right. So 20 feet to the south, you see, though, what looks like an abandoned campsite.
Oh, that's not ominous at all.
It's essentially like an old fire pit and some bedrolls.
Like 3 bedrolls.
Two, like two.
I'd like to
Okay.
roll for investigation on the bedrolls.
Okay.
I'd like to just continue attacking zombies.
Yeah, feel free.
Yeah.
Are you going to walk up to the bedrolls to investigate them, or are you going to try to investigate them from where you're at?
That's a good question. What would be more beneficial?
Here, I'll go up with you.
Yeah, I'll just approach them and investigate them.
Do you want us like to roll initiative and be in turn order to?
Slay the zombies.
Yeah, let's go ahead and roll initiative, and it'll help me keep you guys in a turn order for just killing these things if you want to kill them. Because Jessel went and Cutler went, so go ahead and roll an initiative.
Just the people that are
Killing them.
beating up these stuck zombies.
Well, no, everybody. Go ahead and everybody roll an initiative.
Okay.
It'll be easier for me to jump from person to person, kind of thing, you know.
You have a -1 to your initiative, Liren?
Yeah, absolutely.
Damn.
They can't all be 20s.
Oh, I didn't have my.
It was a
check,
20
but I got a
though.
20.
I was gonna say, so not
I'll
20.
change it.
It's not important who goes first. It's important who finishes.
Ouch.
Here. Change it to what?
For yes, that's okay. There we go. That's a bad bed, but that's okay. It'll work. We're gonna use that and that. Okay. So yeah. Whoops. No. There you go.
One's inside of the tree.
Yep. Well, under the tree, but yeah. All right, and let's see, descending order. Okay, Liren is actually going to go first. You know.
Yeah, he got a natural 20.
Wow.
So, as he looks over, is there any sign that Cutler is sinking into the mud, the same mud that these guys are trapped in?
You can see Cutler's like you know, he's heavy. He's definitely heavy, and he's
Mhm.
like his feet are like squishing into the mud, but all of yours are. You know, it's just mud. You're not gonna sink up past a certain area unless you get into a deep area. But I mean, it's hard to tell where that is. But you think out and toward the more watery parts are probably more of those areas. You know what I'm saying?
The muck that's holding these things at bay most likely not going to affect us the same way.
No, and they've probably been there for a while.
Just standing in the same spot.
Yeah, because they can't move. They try to free their legs, but they just can't move. The mud's like sucking their legs down too much. They're buried up to their knees.
All right, Liren's going to go ahead and press forward.
Okay.
Right to here.
You can
He's
see
gonna
them kind of all reach out for you, except for the headless one, which
He's gonna
doesn't
take
it reaches, but it's more flailing now than anything else.
Yeah, utilizing his maul, he's going to take a swing at the one north of him.
Okay, south of him.
That's my steel defender.
This one here.
Oh, is that your steel defender? I'm going to smash it to pieces. Kidding.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to go here and take the attack of the
Your
one.
steel defender
south.
has 0 hit points right now. I don't know why.
I don't know either.
There you go. A fun little puzzle as I smash it to pieces. All right. Just taking a swing with the maul. Still with advantage.
What did we decide your steel defender was again?
The lizard.
A lizard, that's right. Here, lizard.
A patchwork or mechanical?
When I put in bedroll, I found a lizard, which is actually interesting. Mechanical. Oh no, it is. It is like kind of patchwork, right? Wasn't it a patchwork kind of lizard?
Yeah, it kind of looks like patchworky. Just
Yeah,
aesthetic.
like a Frankenstein lizard. I had imagined. Franken lizard, yes.
Instead of Frankenweenie, it's Franken Lizard.
Yep.
We'll light him up so he doesn't blend into the swamp too bad. Here we go. We'll light him up a yellowish color. Boom. There we go.
Oh yeah, he really blends in with the swamp.
Anywho, okay, so
Still with advantage, Brian?
Yep.
All right, 14 to hit.
14. That is a hit for sure.
All right,
And
with
this is
9
another one of
blood.
this is another one of the humans.
Yep, so 9 bludgeoning damage. And as Liren strikes, he's going to use a bonus action to create an echo right here.
Nice.
Okay. You want to go ahead and pull it onto the map, and I'll just tint it blue.
Yeah, I can do that.
What does this one look like?
This is a Daggerfordian soldier. Definitely long hair, wiry build. Hard to tell under the breastplate and helmet, but probably female. And definitely almost haunted blue tinge to it. And the eyes are just blue lights.
Gotcha. All right. Here. Did you already? Oh, I didn't see him. Okay, here I'm gonna put you on there, and then I'll just go tint him tint her like a bluish color, like this. We'll do that. Boop.
But
it's female.
Definitely has that strange glitch or ghost kind of flicker to it.
Yeah. So is it more like a glitch, like a TV glitch, or is it more like a quavering of the ghost, like ghostly spirit kind of thing?
Every now and then, it's almost like it's being hit by a strobe light.
Okay. Gotcha.
And that will be the turn.
Okay. So every once in a while, it's kind of going,
Exactly.
disappearing and reappearing kind of thing.
Right, where it's just kind of flickering in and out and moving disconcertingly.
Okay, Jessa and Cutler, I'm going to skip you because you guys already went this round. And then Fallon, if you wanted to do something, you may.
Yeah, and cantrip Sacred Flame.
Sacred Flame onto one of the zombie things? Which one?
Yeah, exactly. The furthest back.
Okay, that's the lizard folk one. And it's a dex save, which automatically fails, so it is 3 damage. And he lets out a kind of a creepy like that, but that's about it. And they're still stuck in the mud.
Weren't Faladar and Kablooey, weren't they down by the fire already?
No, Faladar
Since we're doing
go down there to search, to investigate.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
So Kablooey, you're heading down to the fire too? Is that what's going on?
Yeah.
So go ahead and move yourself like 60 feet or 30 feet or whatever, depending on what you want to do. I don't know if you're dashing.
Whether you take the dash.
Whoops.
Going to.
Probably don't need to dash. Here,
I
let's
would
see.
say you can dash and still have an investigation check. So.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, I'll dash down there and see what I could see.
No nuance of them. None, I say.
Okay, since you guys are right after each other, I'll just put you both together, kind of thing. So go ahead. And
they already did.
Yeah.
So,
all right, yeah.
So that's what I was saying. Since you guys are both together on the turn order, though, so what I was gonna say is both of you can either make an investigation check separate, or one of you. Okay, I guess separate.
Damn.
Okay. And then Cowboy, are you gonna make a
Hold on. Where did the +4 come from?
When did I get guidance? She casted it on you. I thought color.
Yeah, that's why I was asking. Where'd the +4 come from?
It's probably not guidance, but it's 19 still.
Yeah, it's still 19. I was in the area of you. Maybe she touched
Still
me on
19.
accident.
Investigation, or are you just what are you?
Yeah. Are we in like direct sunlight?
Oh
Yeah, I
yeah,
mean
because
it's sunny. Yeah, I mean it's not like super hot.
I know
and it's not
the sunlight
super-
sensitivity applies to attack rolls and perception checks, but it feels weird only applying that to perception and not investigation.
Well, investigation is once you've seen it already, you're kind of searching through it thoroughly. But yeah, I mean it's fair if you want to imply it to that.
Okay, so I'll make it a disadvantage.
It is kind of sunny, right now.
That's fair.
And the weeds, the trees
I
are
got
not
3.
thick enough right now. They block out some sunlight because it's still morning, but they're not blocking out enough to where you're still not feeling a little sensitive to it.
Yeah, I get sun in my eyes.
I know the artificer gets goggles of day or whatever, where they can see in the darkness. But do they get like sunglasses by any chance?
They can make sunglasses. You can make spectacles. You can make tinted spectacles. So 3. So you're not seeing much of anything. Folidar, however, you notice that next to the bedrolls lay soaking next to a lone skeleton. It appears that whoever set up this site is now long gone. You see a couple of lifeless figures suspended on crosses several yards to the south. And you hear sounds of groans and twigs snapping here in the distance, but you cannot see anything.
Oh yeah, I still have my detect evil and good going. Do I sense anything other than these 3?
I think you would detect the one you were trying to tell him about earlier, because I think
the ones that are hanging on the crosses might be alive, but hang on one second.
Aberration,
Nope,
celestial,
okay, no,
elemental, fey, fiend,
nope,
undead.
They're just corpses on crosses. Basically.
Regular dead.
Yeah, they're hanging. They're dead. They're dead guys on crosses.
What about the other one you were trying to show him before when he cast it? Has he moved close enough to see that one yet?
I was trying to show the camp, and I didn't know if the skeleton was one or not, but it's not.
Oh, okay.
It's just a skeleton.
Skeletons are safe.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's not a living skeleton, an undead skeleton. It's just a dead skeleton.
Okay.
Yeah. So, like you said, you can see two lifeless figures hanging on crosses, and you can hear sounds of groans and twigs snapping in the distance.
Further to like the south?
Yeah, further to the south.
Okay.
Yeah. So is that it for Folidar and Kablooey, or is there anything specific you guys are investigating for, or?
Just looking for clues, see what happened, or what. Yeah.
I will say, Folidar, you also notice that just beyond the bedrolls looks like a sand pit of some sort. Following me? Get me? Yes. Hello? Am I here?
Oh, sorry.
Folidar. Deontay, are you here? Deontay is no longer with us. He is looking contemplative. Thinking about being here.
The little yellow marks where the sand pit is?
Yeah, the yellow mark is where the sand pit is, and it's actually kind of a big sand pit. It's probably like that big.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can hear you. There.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know what the heck happened, but I was saying,
okay.
as I see the sand pit, I'm going to elect to not do anything because I know whatever decision I intend to make is pretty stupid, and I should be around people when I do it. But I do notice Kablooey's sunlight sensitivity because it's very apparent what was his critical one. So I'm just like, please do not tell me you came to investigate when you aren't able to see.
I accidentally looked right at the sun.
Also, you rolled a 19. You rolled a 19 on your investigation check. That's the next best thing to a nat 20, right? So, is that what you rolled, right? Or no, you got.
I rolled an 18 plus 1.
Still okay. 18 is still a really good roll, And you notice that the skeleton seems to be holding something in its hand.
Now that I would like to
Like
try to just
it's
rest.
against the ground, but it's like grasping at whatever's against the ground, and there's something under its hand.
I would just like to break its hand and then take whatever it's grasping.
Okay. You notice that when you break its hand, it breaks pretty easily. It's been sitting there for quite a while, and it's been sun bleached and swamp bleached and all that good stuff. And you take you see a vial under there with a shimmering red liquid in it.
Hmm. No, the wiser man would probably not drink this. So I won't.
And then as you do that, you notice that he also has a small little leather pouch on him.
Hmm. What would I do if I were
He's
Jesser
wearing
Cutler?
commoner's clothes mostly, but
I would.
I find it ironic that I just unlocked a random emote for 24 hours and it's a red health potion.
I would also take the pouch.
Okay. The pouch also has another potion with a shimmering red liquid, which you assume to probably be healing potions.
All right, so I will just hold on to these potions. I will assume nothing.
Right.
I have learned that lesson.
When you assume, it makes an ass out of you and me.
Right. Okay. Well, let's see here. So I'm gonna move you guys again. Yet another map here. Hold on a second here.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. Is that the right map? Oh, you know what? And you know what? I got it. It's all like sideways. Nope. Nope. You guys are still in the same map. Okay, sorry. You guys are still in the same map. Let's do that. And sorry. You see a small trail beyond the sand pit. Okay. That leads kind of across the this way here. Like I don't know if you can see. Hang on, let me see. There's like kind of a small trail that kind of like a game trail that kind of goes down and circles around to the south.
Hmm.
So, Fulidar and Liren, you're next, right? Yep. End of the round. So Liren, you know what? I'm gonna use this as the.
Fulidar is
Yeah.
actually after Cutler.
Yeah,
so
I was
it's
about to say I'm
Lyra
dead
and,
last.
it's
Yeah,
Lyra and Jessa.
Yeah, Liren be next. So yeah, so Fulidar was just going, and I was having Fulidar and Kablui go at the same time, kind of thing, because
Yeah.
because they both investigated kind of at the same time.
Okay.
Plus, they were right
So,
next to each other in the turn order.
So, Brian, I hate to interject, but
Yes,
that turn order, the zombies?
you don't see them on the turn order because they aren't attacking. All they're doing is flailing.
Okay, so they're not defending themselves?
They mostly are just they're trying to swing at you, but they're mostly just stuck. I mean I mean I can have them attack you if you want, but it'll be at disadvantage.
No, I mean, I'm just making sure you didn't forget the zombies on the turn order. If that's the
So-
way you
so-
want to run it,
Yeah,
way you
you
want
see
to run
you see one swing at you, and it misses completely.
it. Okay.
And
Just one
the one in the middle has no head, so he can't even see what he's aiming at. So he'd be at disadvantage -1, and because remember I do soft stacking, and then this one right here is too far away from anybody to attack him. So
Okay. All right, sure. Just making sure. Okay. So
So yeah, they're non-combative.
they're
Who's
pretty
the
much
monsters
not-
now?
Yeah.
then
I'm a bad guy.
You're just beating up target dummies.
Exactly. It's fun.
Well,
Don't worry, they won't feel a thing.
under
To
the
be
right
fair,
circumstances, they
To
could
be
still
fair,
be-
wouldn't Bluey's god want him to eliminate these things because they're
Possibly.
unholy abominations?
Possibly, I don't know. It depends on who's Kablui's god. Bahamut, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. Bahamut would not be too happy about that. He would mostly be concerned about the lizard folk zombie though, because he would think that since it's a draconian life form, that he would definitely think it should be laid to rest first.
Well, luckily I didn't attack the lizard folk one.
All right.
Why not? You should be laid to rest first.
It's not
Leon
my
is
god. It's not
definitely-
my problem.
Well, you would still know this, though. Okay.
I mean, you're still over there trying to kill him, so
You're
I'll let you do your thing.
Dragonborn. I mean, you're
Yes,
Draconian
but I
too,
worship Typhon. I don't worship Bahamut.
so you're being cruel on purpose. Gotcha.
Exactly.
Awesome. Okay. Anyway, so
Liren will go ahead and try and finish the job on this guy.
Okay. All right. So
He swings
Wow.
down like he's driving a nail
that
and
works.
just slams.
Woohoo!
17
crit.
bludgeoning.
Oh, you'd be at 26, 17 bludgeoning. Here do you wanna roll a d20 on the crit chart?
I could if you'd like to.
Let's see. 17 bludgeoning would kill him anyways, so I guess it doesn't matter.
4.
He can make his con save though. He could possibly live. No,
Zombies?
he doesn't.
No.
Oh yeah, there's zombies.
With a crit, they don't get a chance.
Oh, that's true. Right, if it's radiant or from a critical hit, they don't get to do their undead fortitude.
But he absolutely goes to town, straight down like driving a rail, and slams the head basically to
Between
mush.
the rib cage.
The watermelon.
To mush
Yeah.
between the rib cage.
Pop the watermelon.
It's like a Gallagher skit.
Sorry, you're in the splash zone.
So sorry.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah, so you would just do the maximum possible damage with your dice, which would be what is it?
A lot.
2d4, 2d6, so 12 plus
Another
12.
so
So 24 plus whatever your any strength bonuses.
so 12 plus 12 plus 4. Yeah, 28.
So yeah, 28
Rack.
damage. So yeah, it is definitely not getting back up, and it is no longer flailing. There is a slight twitch here and there, you see, but only for a second.
Cutler, let's make it quick, huh? And basically, he looks past Cutler towards the Echo and just sort of stops and regards it. For a moment, he and the Echo are just looking at each other. And there's recognition, maybe, in Liren's eyes, but it fades quickly in the
Cutler
face of
noted-
something new.
Would Cutler notice this?
Make a perception check. Possibly.
Yeah,
I would think so, but like it depends on if Cutler's intent on killing this zombie more than no. He definitely notices, even as he's getting ready to finish off this zombie that's in front of him. He definitely noticed there's an exchange between the Echo and Liren, and you kind of also, you may have run into an Echo Knight before, maybe. I mean, they're kind of rare, but if you have, you've never noticed an exchange between them.
So,
But that is
Between them and
yeah.
their Echo, I should say.
so without provoking an attack of opportunity, could I move like here and then here to be in the middle of these two zombies?
Yeah, you wouldn't provoke an attack of opportunity unless you moved out of somebody's range. And
Okay.
and like
So
I
as
said,
long as I got,
this
like-
the one without the head can't attack you anyways.
Okay. Well, in that case, I'm just gonna go ahead and go after this new one here. I have advantage on this one.
Thanks,
Yes.
Premise Land.
Oh, I hate to interject on this, my friend, but I think it's Jessa next.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
thank you for reminding me.
Oh, I see how you moved
I-
there. Oh, I see you was pulling a fast one on me. Okay. Anyway,
I
Jessa,
didn't realize.
more than fast.
I didn't realize.
All right, Jessa, you get to go up there with your lizard defender. Let me actually, I'm gonna assign this lizard to a steel defender. Hang on one second. Steel defender. Boom. Control. Oh wait. Oh, see, controlled by. I can't do it then. Okay, hold on.
Iron Lizard.
Controlled by. Where is Jessa? Stephanie. Yay, Stephanie. Oh, come on. What is going on here? Oh, okay. And then back to steel.
Weird.
Do you have a name for your steel defender?
Not at the moment.
Why can't I edit it? Anyway, I don't know. Oh, I gotta edit the steel defender. That's why. You have control of steel defender, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you can move that token then, right? The lizard token,
Let's
maybe.
try. Yes.
Okay, good deal. Okay, just want to make sure. All right, so what is Jessa gonna do?
She's gonna shoot the one in front of Cutler. A nat 20.
Nice. You gonna roll a d20 for that crit chart? For a ranged piercing. Oh, by the way, if anybody wants to use this crit chart that I'm currently using, sometimes I use different ones and just to mix things up. But the one I'm currently using is made by, I don't know, PDF compiled and whatever by somebody else. I don't know. Hang on one second. It says at the bottom. SterlingVermin.com. Benjamin Huffman. Critical Hits Revisited by Benjamin Huffman. SterlingVermin.com. It's pretty fun. And I count whenever it says normal roll, considering I don't like to nerf a crit at all, because hey, you just rolled a crit. So whenever it says a normal roll, I consider that to be your normal crit. Whenever it says double damage, I consider that to be double normal crit damage, which is probably not the way he intended it, but I like it that way.
Yeah.
I like the extra bringing home the boom. Okay, anyway, so 12 on that crit damage table for your crossbow, right? Right between the eyes. Swiss cheese. You roll your damage dice twice. So you're going to roll that hit light crossbow under the crit again.
This thing's gonna be obliterated.
And then you would roll twice on the minor injury chart, but I think it's dead, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice shot.
It just basically, you hear the crossbow unfurl, the string unfurl from the release, and it just kind of, you hear the twang like that, and then you don't hear anything else as this arrow just goes right through this thing. Oh no, it wasn't that one. It was it was that one. Oh, okay, wait a second. Okay, that one didn't have a head. Hang on, one second. It is dead. It is dead, but it's the head is on the ground over here somewhere. So you shoot it in the head, and then the body just falls limp.
This brings forth a question. When the undead die, should we be calling them re-dead?
Re-dead, yep.
He's been re-deaded.
And then I'm just going to point at my steel defender and say, go get him.
And if a ghost possesses a body, should it be called repossessed instead of possessed? Anyway.
And charge.
Under new ownership.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm the repo ghost.
Gonna be taking this body here.
All right, and then you're doing the attack on him, the force attack or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. Force and power.
Ooh.
It's a miss.
It's still new.
However, since the Steel Defender is there and it's an ally of Tessa, if I go yeet, 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 does that count as flanking?
It does now.
Okay.
It does
perfect.
for you. If Tessa's done with her turn, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay, so it does now. Yeah.
Okay, so that's a +1, right? Because I already have advantage due to its situation.
Yes, it'd be advantage +1. Yep.
Okay. Glaive, 24 plus
So it'd be
1.
25.
That hit.
Yep. Nope, you don't hit with a 25. You better run.
15 damage.
15.
15 damage, and I'm gonna kill it in whatever way that would be respectful to it, knowing
Okay,
the dragon.
you see it. You kind of split it in half from shoulder to shoulder to its abdomen area,
Mm-hmm.
and so it's kind of looking over at the side of it that's laying on the ground and kind of going, and just kind of look. It does not look like it's in good shape at all, but it's still not completely dead yet either.
Oh God.
Oh.
I just look up. I tried to do the right thing.
You're supposed to make it painless.
I tried.
I'm surprised Liren isn't saying something right now.
He knows what he did.
Yeah, that's why he did it.
I tried to do the right thing, damn it!
Who would know better but your nephew?
I tried to do the right thing. I just keep screaming that over and over.
Whatever helps you sleep at night, Color. Whatever helps you sleep at night.
I knew I'm like 10 feet away from him, and I could just hear him like screaming out. I tried to do the right thing.
All right, Fallon, are you going to do anything?
Please put this thing out of its misery.
Yeah, but one second.
Folks, a word of holiness, sacred flame.
It automatically fails.
It does. And 2 more damage.
What
Okay,
damage?
you see Fallon when he does it, he targets this thing, and you see that the half of him that is sticking
Oh my god.
out of the mud that's not like chopped in half. The half with the head kind of bursts into flames for a second, and with that radiant flame, and like goes like that, and kind of tilts around, and his head kind of droops over, and it kind of like looks up, and it's just kind of drooping over, looking up every once in a while. So it's still alive, but
I just look over to Cobb Louie. Finish the job for your god, nephew.
Okay.
You go.
It's
I
the lizard
will
folk one.
continue.
Maybe it's a little hardier than the others. It's hard to tell.
Right. All right. I'll come up to the zombie. I'll get on one knee. I'll say, all right, rest, and I'll cast shocking grasp.
Okay.
So he's stuck. That cancels out the sunlight sensitivity.
Yep.
And then I'll get an extra +1 for flank.
Yep.
And another one for pack tactics.
Yep. So you'd be advantage plus. You'd be at
Or advantage +1.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Shocking grasp, advantage.
I think you're one of the first kobolds in ever D&D history to be able to have advantage in
I
sunlight.
think this is one of the first Nat 20 marathons I've seen in D&D
Woo!
history for a while. Okay, so
That's how it's done.
Roll a d20 for lightning, right? Isn't lightning damage the shocking grasp? Yeah, lightning.
Roll a d20.
Yeah, roll a d20 real quick. See what happens. I don't think it's gonna matter because I'm pretty sure he's dead. But
4.
4. Good hit. Maximum damage.
Also, yes, he is dead.
And he's
He had 2 hit points left when
You're not
Foldar hit
supposed to
him.
know that. Quit metagaming.
I'm not metagaming. I saw it on my fucking
I saw it on
screen.
Twitch.
No, I'm not even looking at the Twitch screen.
Oh, okay.
In my game,
See
it
it.
briefly.
He
have no
sensed
idea.
his power level at
That's
that
crazy.
point.
Can you see it right now?
No, right now I
No.
don't.
Oh.
It was
that's
just for a
crazy.
brief second. It showed me a 2, and then it went away. I'm like, what the
Yeah, I
fuck?
saw it as well.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's why I was like, what the fuck's going on? I shouldn't see that.
So anyways, you guys see that trail to the south, that the game trail. And takes you further into the swamp here. Let me pull up this.
Hey, you guys who looked at the camp, did you find anything?
Right?
I found these as I present the 2 vials.
Do I recognize them?
Right.
Okay, so here, let me pull it up on the map. You guys can't see this, but on the screen on the stream, you can see Patreon, the Modern Lich, which is where I got this next map here.
Oh, nice.
The Modern Lich, Patreon. So there you go. And you guys are going to be put on the map up here somewhere. Fallon, Jessa, and Lyran. All of you can see, correct?
Yeah, I
No,
see.
And
Mhm.
Voladar.
There we go.
Everybody can see, correct?
I can now, yes.
Okay,
Correct,
'cause
yes.
I wanted to double check that it's daylight mode. That's why I was. Should be daylight
Yeah.
mode.
May I ask
It is.
why I? Oh, okay. It's daylight
Probably
mode.
in
So
a tree. I probably accidentally put you in a tree. Oh, yep, and Steel Defender. I forgot about her.
it's showing me like a blocked kind of image. That's cool. It's like shade.
What kind
It's
of
like
lizard? Oh, sorry. What
It's
show-
like shading off. It's like shading off the areas that the trees are blocking.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's what it's.
Yeah.
That's line of sight stuff.
That is awesome.
And suddenly, you guys see a Hydra. No, I'm just kidding.
Man, no.
Is this immediately after?
Yeah. After the
Yeah,
zombies.
so
Tells me
just
the
ask the
potions.
questions.
Can I
How
recognize
many
them?
hit points
What's that?
for Hydra? How many hit
Can I
points for
recognize
Hydra?
the potions
How many
he's
hit points
showing
does a
me?
Hydra have? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, 50, 70?
No, a little bit more than that.
Well, to be fair, don't you also have to kill like one head at a time with it?
No, that's a bad idea.
Guys, we're not fighting a Hydra. It doesn't matter right now.
No, you're not actually fighting a Hydra, by the way.
But yeah,
Do I recognize the potions that he's showing me?
yeah, I was just gonna ask. I showed Jessica. I showed the group the 2 potions I found on Dead Man's hand.
Go ahead and make an Arcana check, Jess. I think you probably would, but go ahead and make an Arcana check to make sure. Yeah, you do. It's they're both potions of healing. At least that's what your best guess would be. Now you do know that you guys can taste a potion of healing. Taste a drop of a potion to identify what the potion is. That's one of the things that you guys can do.
Does anybody have any missing
The only
hit
thing
points?
is if it's a potion of poison, you identify it, but it can still poison you. So
Yeah.
Cutler will just
No, I
volunteer.
think the potions of healing should go to the monk.
You mean the person who already has them?
Yeah.
so Folidar should keep holding on to them, I guess.
So I start my theory. There are 2 possibilities here, ladies and gentlemen. The first, these are 2 normal potions of healing, and my skeletal friend was grabbing them in order to save himself from something that occurred to him. Or it just seems that these are potions of healing, and whatever effect they actually have is what caused him to be my skeletal friend. Anybody care to experiment?
I will volunteer.
Alrighty then, here you are. I give 1 to Cutler.
Do I need to make any
They're
saving throws?
actually healing potions. Do not drink them.
I know. Just take a sip. Do I need to make any saving throw? Are they like actually healing potions, or are we?
you going to take a drink of it?
I'm gonna take a sip. Yeah, I'm gonna take a sip to identify
Okay,
it.
you taste a drop, and you definitely think it's definitely a healing potion.
Yeah, we're good. It's a healing potion. Here you go.
Alright, so that leads me to believe that someone snuck up on our friends there and deaded them.
You mean killed them?
Not
Dead?
sure if you want to use improper terminology.
Do any of you have nature?
Like a nature
Actually.
proficiency?
Yeah, nature proficiency in nature.
I do.
Not
No,
perfect.
No.
but it's intelligence, which I'm good at.
I do.
You have proficiency in nature, Cutler?
Yes, I do.
All right, go ahead and make a nature check. Not an advantage, just a straight roll. So
I
19,
think I had.
19 is good. It crosses your mind that the lizard folk that was the zombie that you guys just finished off was not wearing the same sort of plumage and markings that the Stone Scale tribe was wearing.
That lizard folk was not of the Stone Scale tribe. They were wearing completely different clothing.
Yeah, they said there would be other
They
tribes
followed.
around here.
And then
But-
if any of you
Yes,
want to make
yes.
an insight check, I can give you a little bit more cluage on that if you want.
I will take that
Yeah,
chance.
sure.
Do we need proficiency in that, or?
Folidar, since you came up with the idea, Folidar, you can make one at advantage.
Oh.
Yes.
I mean, I have insight too, so I'll just make. Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, I ain't insight and shit.
Sweet
Okay,
Christ, I'm on fire today.
Jessa and Folidar surmise that. Remember, Vivek said something like about the lizards to the lizard tribes to the south not necessarily being so congenial, and you think that maybe that lizard folk was one of the ones from the tribes to the south, was chasing those humans to kill them and ended up dead in the swamp and such from something else.
So I paint a very clear picture here.
That maybe they were attacked by lizard folks and one of the lizard folk died, but whatever other lizard folk attacked did not, or whatever, or maybe something else killed them.
I doubt this lizard band was accompanying these 2 human, or 3, I suppose, looking at the skeleton, human figures, which leads me to believe that whatever caused them to become the undead that they were was not targeted at the humans precisely.
Do you think the lizard tribe is responsible for those skeletons?
Unlikely, although who could blame them for getting hungry?
Oh my God.
Do you think that whatever was responsible lies near the wreckage we're heading towards?
I just don't
Extremely.
think it's reasonable. I think we just need to move on, guys.
Pod!
Yeah,
Does anybody else want to go for a swim to relax really quickly?
Mm,
No, that's all you.
That
You're
is
good.
disgusting.
yes. Yes, you all yourself there.
Cutler just walks over towards the pond.
Okay. As you guys are walking down the small trail, you see a small, the cloudy pond that Cutler goes into. You also notice that along the trail, you see a couple corpses hanging upside down on stakes. Deep knife slits on their throats make them appear almost as if they're giving you a haunted smile. These two men died horrifically. They're just basically just south of the pond that Cutler's in.
What could have
Be
done
wary.
such?
It's a threat display. This is something's territory.
Cutler, make an insight check.
The lizardman.
Okay.
Yeah.
16.
16.
Yeah.
You think there's something
But
in the
why?
pond with you.
Oh.
Fuck! Cutler just starts to walk out. I think there's something in that pond. I just scream it.
Great.
We Well-
I'm just gonna back away.
Liren's gonna keep his eye on the pond for a few seconds.
I'm gonna do the same after running back to the party.
You guys do see the water ripple here and there.
I just yell out. Folodar just goes, "Hello there!"
Oh God.
You don't see anything else other than the few ripples of water here and there. So
I will
Has it
attempt
been?
to-
for start, I would emphasize to stay away from the water.
I would attempt to throw a javelin at the water to see if anything comes out. Can I do that?
you just kind of blindly throwing a javelin, or are you going to try to aim at something, or
I'm gonna aim in the middle of it
okay, in the middle of the pond? Okay.
as best as I can.
Has it been
15?
10 minutes since our last encounter?
I don't know.
Probably
think-
not, but
I don't think so.
close.
Okay.
I mean, it's probably getting close to there, but I mean,
So,
probably not.
so my detect evil and good still going?
Yeah.
Okay.
I rolled a 15.
Roll a 15. Okay, it splashes in the water, and you can see it kind of sticking out, but just like the last maybe 6 inches of the top of the the javelin handle, the haft, just kind of just sticking out of the water, kind of at an angle, but it just you do see a ripple short, like almost instantly right after that. You see a ripple in the water, but after that you don't see anything else.
Okay, I was in that water. It is deep enough for me to almost be in my neck. There is no way in hell my javelin should be sticking up like that. There's something in there.
Have you considered that your javelin is a magic javelin?
How about we just
I just
leave
look
it
over to
alone and
Folodar.
We don't attack it.
I
It won't
just look
attack
over to
us. We got a job to do.
I just look over to
Guys,
Folodar.
fuck
I just look over to Folodar. The only thing that might be magic would be A, my breath weapon, and B, my spear. My javelins are normal javelins.
So, yeah, Jessa, you see what I have to deal with for the past 3 days, yeah? That's been like fun to you.
Jessa is correct. We've got a mission. Whatever it is, let it see to itself.
Yeah, as I see, the only way to higher ground in the southwest on the, as you see down the southwest of the terrain, is beyond the pond. So we should investigate a little bit closer, but just with a little bit of healthy space between us and the.
So we have to pass.
So
we
you're
have
heading
to pass
toward
the
the
pond.
toward the water.
Yes, I was kind of just waiting on that loose justification.
Lol, I'm gonna follow Folodar.
Walk down to here.
Perhaps it doesn't understand common.
Does anybody have comprehend languages? Any of the wizard people thing magic users?
I just start speaking Dwarvish to it.
Wow, how, ugh. I'm getting a headache, guys.
Do you want me to see if I can...
I
provoke
already
it
stopped
in the water?
asking questions why they speaking to probably monster in a pond, but okay,
Um,
let him try.
Since Voladar is speaking Dwarvish, I'll go ahead and speak Elvish.
What is going on?
Like, different languages. I don't know what's going on.
All right, everyone, let's try
I'll
thinking
speak Giant. I'll speak Giant.
inside the box.
But thinking
That's
outside the box is boring.
What are you speaking to? The rippling in the water? I mean,
Yes.
oh
Yeah.
it's all right.
All right, I'm gonna
Okay,
try
as you
something.
guys are sitting there speaking to the water, you see the surface break slightly.
Lyran, quick, do something.
Make perception checks.
Alright.
Okay. This is
Everybody?
concerning.
Everybody, and anybody with a nature check can make a nature check too.
Can make both or one or the other.
Make perception, but anybody with nature, you also make a nature check.
Okay, I rolled
I
a
think that's
natural
really
one.
I got the 20 on the nature, and I got
Ooh.
a 14 on the perception.
Okay.
I got a disadvantage 22.
10 on perception, lowest
Okay,
roll
color.
of the day.
Cutler, you realize that the two eyes breaking the surface are that of a crocodilian or a alligator. Crocodile or an alligator.
Okay.
Which
Real
is
quick.
not uncommon for a swamp area.
Yeah.
So I have an intrusive echo happen. I rolled a natural one.
Oh yeah, I didn't bring your echo back on the thing, so yeah, go ahead and bring it back.
Oh no, that's I have echoes and I have an echo. But for the next turn, Lyran's going to perceive a different time or place overlapping his surroundings. His speed is halved.
Okay, so I get to pick the time and place, right?
Yeah, you can. Absolutely.
Okay. It is 1372. You are in... Or no, sorry, 1368. You are in Daggerford, and there is a onslaught of demons coming towards you. You're on the wall, and you're feeling kind of hopeless.
But you see Lyran kind of grab a little tighter against his maul until one of his hands falls away and the head of the hammer hits the ground in front of him. It looks like he's leaning against something, and you can see his eyes kind of well up as he stares downwards and out, like past the crocodile into, well, the distance.
And I, having yelled at Lyran to do something just a second ago, just immediately turned to see this.
Yep.
Thoroughly confused, but just observing, not saying anything.
What did you want him to do? I'll do it.
We're not going to make it.
The
No.
fuck are you-
Lyran, it's not quite as
For you
threatening
guys-
as it
for
may
you guys-
seem.
For you guys, you just see maybe just the head of a crocodile, just the eyes, sticking out of the water.
Yeah.
But to Lyran, he sees this sea of demons and devils kind of just encroaching upon the land, and he's on the wall of a keep, of the Daggerford keep, and they're just coming across the land like locusts.
You need to leave. I'll hold them off as long as I can.
I just slap him like, what the fuck are you talking about?
What the fuck, Cutler?
Yo, there's nothing here! Hold what off?
What?
You said something about we've got to leave, you'll hold them off.
Yeah. Sorry.
With that
I have a
bottom of it.
condition.
I'll
I have a
say
condition. Yeah.
your eyes
Sorry.
glazed over.
Yeah, they call me mad. I have a problem.
You're welcome for helping me with your problem. And I just walk away.
Wait. Arcana check. Can I peer into what just happened to Lyran there? A learned reader, I would familiarize myself.
You could try, yeah. I mean,
Okay.
Quickly jot down healing slaps.
slaps.
Yeah, no, I don't know diddly squad apparently.
Nope.
Healing slap!
But
Just
how about,
Oh, wait, that's-
how about Lyran probably because of your condition. I don't know 100%, but make a history check. Because I
Sure.
think maybe that because of your condition, how it affects you, you might be a little bit more well-read than the normal warrior.
21.
Okay.
Ooh, damn.
So you realize that when you're back and kind of focused, you think that was the battle for Daggerford back in 1368. Like that it has to do with this pit fiend named Bozka bringing this army of devils to Daggerford with a black dragon and just trying to overrun it.
So yeah, I got a problem. They found me 3 years ago, ranting and raving in the fields outside of Daggerford. And normally, when someone shows up like that, they don't remember much about their past. My issue is I remember too much. Contradicting stories. Sometimes I'm married, sometimes not, sometimes kids, sometimes different kids, sometimes a woman, sometimes I have a dog. It's all jumbled. I don't really know which one's right, but I've never met someone that I remember. They're not around.
So you have amnesia and have yet to find your home?
You phrasing that wrong. They're not around yet.
Or
Olgar's expression changes into a more serious one. He just kind of goes, a broken warrior, still looking for where his home once was.
Not around yet.
Fallon, you're an elf, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so Fallon, you think that there's nothing wrong with him at all. In fact, you think that he's experiencing what the elves call the reverie, and you think that it seems very similar, because not only did he go into an almost trance-like state, you said, but you've also never heard of a human doing it before.
Not exactly in that way, yes. But I think it's in his regard, it's a little bit different because I think it's not he that's coming back sometimes.
Yeah, well,
Would I
it could
know-
not be, but Fallon would think that it's similar.
Would I know this at all due to being able to speak Elvish or anything like that? Learning from elves how to
You
speak
would
it?
probably know from elves about the reverie a little bit, but
Okay.
not much.
It-
Elves don't talk about it usually.
It's neither here nor there. The issue is sometimes I'm a liability. It's what got me kicked out of the Daggerfordian Guards. It's what got me kicked out of my job as a caravan guard. It's something that I'm dealing with, and I'm sorry if it becomes a burden for you.
You are no more of a burden than I am, friend. I will slap you every time I see you becoming like that.
I
And
appreciate it.
honestly, probably the most useful of us all at this point. At least mind-wise.
we'd be lost without you.
Hey!
Yes, you as
Justin just
well.
goes, hey!
Help me! It isn't fair.
We all have our crucial part in the coming moments. Yes.
All right. Well, that's a crocodile.
Yes, it would seem so.
It would be wise to let it be.
I think we're a little late on that, considering I already threw a javelin in its back.
The only feasible way
Are you
to
gonna keep your
the
javelin
ship in
back,
this
or are
house
you,
is
gonna leave it there?
around the crocodile.
I don't know. Do I know what the hell a
Do you have
crocodile?
more than one javelin?
I have 4 left after throwing that one.
Okay, yeah. Do you know what a crocodile? What is it? Do you know what they're like?
Yeah, do I know like what it is? Because I'm from Waterdeep.
Well,
Do
yeah,
they
it was
have
your nature check
crocodiles?
Your nature check. That's why you knew
Oh,
what
okay.
a crocodile was. Waterdeep.
So you're a whole
have
pirate.
crocodiles every once in a while when it's hot, but not usually.
I'm
'Cause it's more
going to
temperate.
attempt. I'm going
One
to
question:
attempt
Could
to
I
communicate.
theoretically target the crocodile anhand the bubbles?
What's that?
Could I target the crocodile with
Yeah,
a
you
spell?
can see its
Something like
eyes.
that?
You could definitely target it.
Yeah. Okay. Could we make it quick? Should I, please? One moment.
I would like to attempt to communicate with the crocodile. Even though I don't know how, even though I don't have a spell or anything, I'm just gonna try to do that. Could I roll like an animal handling check or something?
Sure, I suppose.
Through the power of interpretive dance.
Right.
Okay, I read it in
Never made a
action
dance.
in the moment for the moment
I got
that
a
the
14.
crocodile is eating Cuddle alive.
I got a 14.
Okay. You do what you think is a crocodile beckoning ritual that might bring it to you, but it doesn't do anything but stare.
Okay, just walk away defeated.
He's seducing it.
I thought it was a good ritual.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
It's a nice try, and really appreciating that we try to save the environment and the flora and fauna here. But I think
How
a
about we
little bit of
just leave it
hexing
alone
and
and like
bolting.
go away?
Wait,
Could
are
I
we
try
about
a little bit?
Wait, are we about to kill this thing?
No, I just put it on so you'd know where it was about.
Right.
So I will elect to start walking past it.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Same
follow
here.
Fulidar. I'm just gonna go ahead and follow Fulidar. Like right next to him. Ah! Right there.
Just,
Right into the water. Okay, so
Yeah.
you guys are gonna stick to the land, kind of, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
As you trek through past the pond, it's difficult to progress without getting your feet stuck in the mud a little bit here and there. There's a small clearing where you can see the water becoming shallower and becoming round once again, which is kind of where you guys are at.
Okay. Yeah.
And then beyond that, you all. What is everybody's passive perception?
9.
13.
Where do you find passive perception?
It should be in a character sheet.
It should be
13.
the red bar on your.
I have a 13.
Oh, it is on it.
Where
It
is
is a
color?
red bar. That's right.
I'm down
13.
here.
Yes.
Oh, there it is. 13. Okay, so what was everybody's again? 13, 14.
13.
Ka was 13.
Okay, Ka, you notice the crocodile behind you coming out of the water.
Oh.
Could I please? I
Is-
emphasize this situation.
Is it like it's an alive crocodile? It's not like undead,
Oh,
right?
yeah. Are you gonna say something? Well, Jessa, you just flew across the map. What's going on?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah. The crocodile's
I'm assuming Jessa
crawling out of the
originally
water.
intended to go with everybody else.
yeah.
Okay.
What was that call? I couldn't quite hear you.
Crocodile's coming toward us. He's licking his lips. I'm gonna back up a little bit.
So you guys can all make perception checks if you want, and anybody that makes one over 15 will notice the crocodile.
All right.
17.
17.
Nice.
I'm going to preempt and say that I'm going to get a 17 here. No, not even close.
One off! Actually, one off with that +4, but you
No,
really need to get
that's
rid
not
of.
still supposed to. I just have guidance.
You can delete that from your character sheet. You can go to your character sheet and delete that.
It's not even okay. Hold on. I'm wondering where it even is
It's
because
a
I
little
didn't.
block on your left, probably, most likely. If not, it could be under the main center area.
But
So
it
we'll
happens
check
when
I
you
have
put on.
bless, not guidance. Yeah,
It happens when you put on global skill modifiers. It
Yep.
automatically puts guidance
Yeah.
on there.
And so you got to
So I
check
took
it,
bless off of
check it,
there.
basically, something like that.
Gone. It is.
Okay, so Fulidar's the only one that doesn't see it.
He's too
Oh no,
busy
Jessa
studying.
also does not see it. So Fulidar and Jessa, you do not see the crocodile. One
What-
second.
ooh.
When I'm backing up, I kind of bump into Jessa and say, "Hey, the crocodile's crawling out of the water."
Yeah, you
Whatever.
already told her. This is after that, but I mean, like, you.
Okay, you just don't see it.
She just is looking over there, and her and it's still too camouflaged with the weeds and the ground and whatever to.
I'm just
Be
staring
seen by
off
them
into the
too.
distance, majestically.
There you go.
We're
Oop,
gonna have to fight
sorry.
this thing.
I think I see the ship. Everyone.
Everybody should roll an
I-
initiative, probably.
Ah, shit.
It's a good idea. There you go, Fallon.
I know that it would happen.
That's fantastic.
Normal roll, because we do not have advantage on initiative. Bloop. I got a 17. Or a 15, I mean. Lyran's came up immediately after mine, so I got confused.
All right.
You're fine.
Me and going near last Name a more iconic duo.
Aren't you a monk though?
Yes.
Aren't you supposed to have like a high dexterity?
Just get a
Yes.
+3.
Yes, he says.
That's all luck that's happening here.
The D20 world, we're just living in it.
Right.
I like how it's the same as it was last initiative, by the way. It's Liren, then Jessa, then Cutler. Oh wait, nope, Fallon
Fallon's
first. He rolled a nat
Yeah,
20.
yes,
All right,
yes.
Fallon, you
Well,
were one of the ones that noticed him too, right?
yeah, exactly. And I try to make it. Fallon tries to make it short.
You do
and
notice that it
he's-
is sneaking towards you. It seems to be like sneaking towards you guys. It's not at a full charge or anything just yet.
I
And it
I know,
does not.
I-
It is
he
not
knows,
aware
knows.
that you've spotted it per se.
Yeah, he already knows. He turns around with a sigh, and at first, with a bonus action, I cast a hex on the crocodile.
Okay.
Now, is that whenever you deal damage to it, or whenever it takes damage in general?
I think
It's
just
no
when he
roll,
does
just a hex,
We're
just a
gonna put
hex,
spell
not
damage.
just for clarification.
spell description. There we are.
Exactly,
You deal 1d6 extra necrotic damage to the target whenever you hit it with an attack. So
Yep.
Yes,
just-
exactly.
just
When I hit him, genau, exactly. And the next, it was a bonus action. Can I cast another spell?
Depends. You can't cast a level spell. Was that a level 1? Yeah, that was a level 1. So you can't
That was
cast
a
a
level
level
1?
spell, 2 level spells in a round unless you use something like Action Surge or you're using an item.
But you can cast a cantrip.
You can
Yeah.
cast a cantrip though, if it's a bonus or if it's an action cantrip,
Yeah, that's would be the trying the
like
Eldritch
Firebolt
Blast.
or yep, Eldritch Blast. There you go. That'll work.
Good old Eldritch
Ooh,
Blast.
nice. So go ahead and roll your Eldritch Blast damage plus that extra d6 necrotic. 9 plus necrotic would be.
Plus a d6. There
Yeah,
you go.
I think he's doing it.
Woo!
6.
Nice.
Oh, he rolled it up there. 6. Okay, he already rolled it, so it would have been 6 either way. So. And 15. Sorry. Okay, you see it. As soon as you hit it like that, it starts to turn around and starts to
It's like
start like it's gonna head back toward the water, possibly. Is that it
I
for
don't
Fallon, then?
trust. I don't trust this thing.
Is that it for Fallon?
It's
Yeah, that's it. That's
Okay,
it.
then Liren, you're up.
Liren's going to go ahead and place. With a bonus action, he kind of concentrates. There's that flickering and crackle, and just trying it again, he's going to put an echo right here. This guy's probably 6'5", burly, lighter armor, leather, similar weapons to what Liren's using, though. Maul moves like Liren too, which is the weird. Just a different sort of soldier. So he'll put that there, and just controlling it, he's going to go ahead and attack from the Echo's space with his maul. So
Okay. Go ahead and
Getting-
roll your attack roll.
you've got it. Only a 12 to hit.
12 is still a hit, just barely, but it's a hit.
Sounds good. 12 bludgeoning.
Okay, you hit the crocodile. It drops and lays still.
All right, it does do what I say. And then he looks at it and banishes it. Gone.
Oh, the echo.
Yeah.
that'll
Oh,
teach you to
man.
come out of the water.
And Fulvler just turns around and goes, "Did I miss something?"
Nah, nothing.
Cutler, you jumped way ahead of everybody. How'd you do that?
He then crossed
No idea.
the
Probably because I'm so tall.
Okay, so as you guys are walking across there, you see what looks like a campfire. And there's a small group of bullywugs
Oh,
sitting
God.
around the campfire.
Huh.
They appear to be eating, and they appear to have not noticed you.
Okay.
I would like to stealthily sneak closer. And I am one with the way of the shadow.
Okay.
I will roll. I would like to see what they're eating, so I'm approaching closer.
It looks like possibly like small rodents and fish. Maybe some swamp insects, but maybe like more like crayfish.
Can I shift into one of them?
I think so. I'm not 100% sure.
I forget
You
how
want to put
big
your
they are.
shapeshifter thing on there?
Hold on.
I think you can shapeshift to sort of resemble them at least, but maybe not.
Let me double check. I'm trying to remember size.
Small or medium?
Oh, they're medium, so they're the same size essentially.
Small or
Medium.
medium, and you cannot have different anthropomorphic like features, like they can't be four-legged or whatever.
Hang on.
Yeah.
But webbed toes.
But coloration, hair length, sex, height, weight, as long as they're not beyond the medium. Or is it small or medium or large medium?
Hang on one second. You make yourself appear as a member of another race. Same basic arrangement of limbs. Okay, yeah, you can definitely turn into one of them.
Yeah, if you look at the Mordekainen Presents Monsters of the Multiverse version of them that they released, it's small or medium size.
So you turn into
Okay.
Boss Nass, and I mean, no, wait, what? Gungans don't like the outsiders. Anyways, okay. Yeah, so so you turn into a bullywug, yes, and you're gonna walk up to them.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm not gonna speak because I don't speak bullywog. And I don't want to assume they speak common.
What the heck is going on with this bullywug thing, man? Hold on, I gotta check something. That is so weird. It's bringing up roll 20. You go home. You're drunk. Wow. Okay, hang on. It's ticking me off now. It says Monster Manual. Oh, you know why? I think I know why. Okay, you know what I did wrong, guys? I didn't associate the thing this week.
Token with the character sheet. Yep.
No, not the token with the character sheet. With the game with the idea that I share compendiums with it. I think that's what I did. Hang on one second. Let me, check.
That's quite possible. You got to remember to do that every time, Ryan.
Yeah. Well, I run like 72 games, so it, gets a little confusing sometimes.
True.
One second. Let's see. Settings, game settings, compendium settings. No, it says I am. That is so weird. Because right now when I'm pulling a bullywug onto the screen, it's doing that. I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah.
Well, and when I'm pulling one off of the player's chart, and I go to look at his stats,
yeah,
he has no stats. It is it is pulling up a character sheet, an actual character sheet that looks like. Here, look on the stream.
like a character.
Yeah, looks like hang on, where is it? If I take off the NPC check, it's pulling up this with no stats. And so then I put it as an NPC, and it's just going back to an NPC with no stats.
Can you associate the token with like a bullywug sheet? Like, click the bullywug and associate a token with it?
That is what I did, kind of, in a way. I mean, you. I see what you're saying. So possibly, let me see if I can. Let me see if that's the issue. No, it represents generic character. Yeah, so if I pull the bullywog off here, let me see if it'll bring up his sheet. Nope, represents nothing. Nothing at all. It's so weird. Okay. Put this guy in here. We'll try him.
Not what I meant, Brian. I meant go to the compendium and type in bullywug to see if it lets you, like, see that and drag it from there.
Yeah, okay, so I'm at the compendium right now. If you're looking on the stream, I'm at the compendium right now, but you can't see it. But
What I'm saying is, can you edit that to make the Bullywug token be associated with that version of the character sheet?
what do you mean?
Click on the Bullywug token, right? While you have the Bullywug
Which
broker.
Bullywug token would you like me to click on?
Either or. They're both the same thing, right?
No.
There is a difference.
Yes, but these 3 down here are all the same.
Well, click on those 3. That like one of those 3.
Okay, what am I doing?
One of them.
I'm clicking on, double clicking.
On the Bullywug sheet that you have open, the character sheet that you opened from the compendium, click edit.
No. You're not understanding, James. Here, let me show you what's going on here. This is a Roll20 issue. This is not a Brian issue. Trust me. You have to trust me on this. So here, one second. So I'm gonna move this down over the chat log a little bit, and I'm gonna move up so you can see what I have going on here.
We're not seeing anything but a blank white piece
I
on.
understand that. That's why I said just hold on there. Patience is a virtue. All right. Now, do you see in the chat log on the stream?
No.
Are you looking at the stream?
There it goes.
Okay. You see here in the chat log, this is the Bullywug token sheet.
Yeah.
If I click on that, it brings up a table of contents as if it's the Bullywug book. Okay? You can't edit that at all. However, if you bring the Bullywug over, it brings that blank token. If you double click on that token, it says it represents nothing. None. Generic token. If I go to Bullywug and hit Save Settings and then open the character sheet, it takes me to a blank character sheet.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. So, anyway.
That's a new problem. I haven't heard of that one before.
Yeah, that's just something like the compendium is not working correctly. But either way, so this is what we'll do.
You just have to roll the dice manually. That's all.
No, I just bring the other. Well, just bring over new tokens. I think it's the same. Pretty close, anyway. Yeah. Oh no, I guess it's not. But anyway, it'll be fine. So, anyways, sorry for Fulidar. Didn't mean to interrupt all that, but
Good job.
go ahead and you're saying something to the Bullywugs?
No, I'm not talking because I don't know what language they speak, so I'm kind of waiting for them to say something.
Okay, they let's see, what do they do?
Say ribbit.
They say ribbit, knee deep.
Uh,
Hang on one second. Oh, whoops.
Budweiser.
Budweiser. Anyway,
There's a bunch of like the Aflac duck, where it just one word repeatedly.
They speak a language that is very croak and chirp heavy. You don't exactly understand what they're saying. And they kind of like look at you and they just kind of wait to see what you'll do in a way. And then one of them finally like croaks something, some inaudible type of word possibly, and kind of gestures with his hand and gives you kind of a beckoning thing to like come over by the fire.
Okay, I'm going to do so. And then I'm going to point at a rodent.
Okay.
And just kind of make a croaking sound without trying to speak.
He looks at the rodent and kind of shakes his head and he hands you a crawdad.
I'll take it. I'm just gonna like look back at the team who just haven't made any movements.
And you just realize that that you kind of think he's saying that the rodents don't taste very good. That the crawdads are better.
I mean, I prefer the crawdads, so I just suckle the crawdad as I'm like glancing back.
You do notice now that you're over there that the rodents are muskrats. So.
Okay.
I love how he's leaving us to do the fighting.
Yeah. So
It
There doesn't have to be fighting.
Might not have to fight.
Yeah,
We could go bring the alligator or the crocodile and
Oh my God.
The dead
Yeah.
crocodile.
Yeah.
Didn't he banish it?
We don't
No,
have
he
a
banished
bandage.
the echo. He banished the echo.
Oh, I was gonna say I thought he banished the
Yeah.
crocodile.
To the shadow realm.
Like what? He did what? I'm just over there suckling on crawdad with the boys. Oh, just cracking open a cold one. The cold one in this instance being shellfish.
Okay, you see off to your northeast, like basically off the map. You see a small bullywug encampment from this angle. You can see make a perception check to see what exactly you can see here
All right,
for Foladar. I mean,
let's cross my fingers and hope that Folidal's
I think the
sight is
trees are
not
in the way
perfect.
for everybody else, kind of thing. I think they can't see the forest for the trees. No. Okay.
14.
So you see that basically what looks like one larger bullywug and three others standing around another campfire, like a much larger campfire. And you can see like a little tents and like a like an encampment, a semi-permanent encampment. It's filled with gear that's obviously too big for them. One of them is kind of or three of them are kind of standing victorious around a decapitated zombie. Um, their gear kind of looks like stuff that was found at an abandoned campsite that you guys were just at.
Foldar is nervous.
You notice that their gear looks like it's been looted from possibly other adventurers, is what you're thinking.
Foldar is very nervous. As Foldar continues to like heavily suckle on the crawdad.
Munch on a crawdad.
Yeah, just
Kind of putting the crayfish in your mouth and leaving it there. Kind of.
yeah.
I like to drool on my crayfish and get it nice and mushy. Anyway.
Then we're over here. Yeah, look, they look super friendly. We should go meet them.
Let me make an
Is that what
insight
Bluey's gonna say?
check. I'll make an insight check to see if I see Faladar sweating. Because right now I assume he has a plan. And no doubt, any moment now it'll be great.
Fallon, where you're at, you might be able to see the camp too. Make a perception check for Fallon. You can definitely see the camp to the south, but I mean the encampment to the northeast of where Foladar's at. So
Cutler doesn't
due east from
like-
where you guys are.
That's persuasion.
No,
Fallon.
just I sorry. Perception.
You can keep that roll if you want.
Cutler didn't insight Jack.
All right, 20. Yeah. So you can see Fallon from your position. You can see the campsite off in this direction. Maybe more like that direction, I guess.
Yeah. Okay.
And then Lyra was
do they
inciting.
are they alert or is it quietful and peaceful?
They are not being necessarily quiet or peaceful. They're just kind of, they're celebrating. It looks like.
Right. Hey, Jessa, you want to help him out?
Oh. I can't speak their language. I don't know how much help I'll be.
See if they speak common. Walk up to him and be like, I'm just practicing my common for trade reasons. Anyone speak common? And Faladar,
Okay.
yeah. He's gonna know. We're right here.
Guess I'll do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that works. As I transform into a bullywug and walk up to them.
Sorry, I'm invested in this boy.
With the lizard.
What?
With the lizard.
I'll leave the lizard.
Okay. So you're gonna turn into a bullywug and walk up to him.
Yep.
Okay. One of them croaks at you and are you changing into a male bullywug or a female bullywug? And at this point, at this point, you're probably not sure which is which, anyways. So, but you could change into what you think is a female bullywug.
I'll try to change into a. It doesn't look like they're all males.
It looks like these three are males.
Okay, I'll try to be a female to see if that helps me.
Okay.
No.
Okay, as a female, you're a little bit more drab in color, but you're a little bit kind of more sizable in stature. You go over there, and one of them like kind of like moves out of his seat and backs up and hands you like holds out a dead fish like before you even get over there.
I just say under my breath, it's like at least they're the chivalrous type.
Alright, I'll grab it and be like, I'll crookedly say thank you. Like, I'm thankful.
Thank you. I don't know.
You figured out their language.
Okay, this is your thing, Stephanie. So now you got to do it for me. Come on, it's gotta.
Oh no!
It's gotta happen. It's gotta happen.
I'm ready to just face palm like
Don't
give me an attempt.
we gotta hear the thank you, Stephanie. We gotta hear it. Come on, you'll be great. Okay. I suppose you don't have to do it. You can say you croakily say thank you. Anyway, it kind of looks at you a little weird, but then it like says something to the other two bullywugs, and it puts its arm around you and pats you on the back.
I don't know if that's a good thing or not.
Looks like a good thing to me.
You're now married.
Mazel tov.
Do
You can just see-
Jessa, accept this fish from this bullywug?
You could just see like Foladar Bullywog eyes darting just
I have no idea what's going on.
right.
Well, I'm just gonna walk up. At this point, I'm just gonna walk up. Hey, what's up?
Wait.
Are you really gonna do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Before he does that, I have no idea what we're doing.
The three bullywugs stand up.
I come in peace.
And they pull weapons to the ready.
Oh.
I just threaten it. I don't actually blow my breath weapon, but I threaten it. Like I exhale a little gout of flame as a warning.
So you fools, you're already surrounded.
Can I roll an intimidation check?
An intimidation check? Sure, go ahead. You're a big guy. Bullywugs are kind of short.
Wow.
Well, this plan went
Okay.
perfectly.
What was your plan?
You intimidate them greatly. They go running toward the encampment.
Fuck.
That's not good.
No, it's not.
Oh boy. So they leave.
Well, as they're leaving here, it's up to you guys.
Do you follow them?
You may make attacks of opportunity as they're leaving. If you
No,
want.
Unless you leave with them.
Yeah, it's
I'm
up
going
to you.
to
So this one's-
elect to let them leave.
Okay, this one heads this way. Like
Yeah,
so.
I'm not trying to
This one
seem
heads
hostile.
this
It was
way,
more of
like
a-
so.
It was more of a warning.
Like
I'm
so.
gonna let them run.
Okay. And then they
I'm going to follow, actually.
they
I'm
go
going to
and
run
they
with-
grab, like they go and they get their gear together, and they seem to be reinforcing themselves with the other bullywugs that are now coming to grab their gear and head towards you, kind of thing.
I see the shape-shifting female has decided to join them.
Are you going with them? Is that what Jess is doing? Okay.
Yeah, she is. I run over to Cutler and I just go like, we have perhaps maybe 1 minute tops before we are surrounded by polywogs. I do not know how to speak to them, and Jessa may be in hotter water than she even wants to be as a
Do
frog.
we just want to light this entire forest on fire? I can do that.
Or we could haul ass towards the boat.
I mean, it's right behind us. I just point to it.
And you
Yeah,
can
make
just-
a good defense line at the top of the boat.
First, let's call the others over. We probably do not have much time.
Yeah, right.
Okay, so you guys are all
Oh,
gonna
wow.
head over there, or
Did you
where the campfire was?
did you alert the entire tribe then? Yeah.
Quite
Naturally.
quite
Absolutely.
possibly, yes.
Right, yeah.
Oh, I forgot.
I don't know why.
Yeah, Fallon tries to investigate how to get onto the boat.
I am going to join him as a polywog. I mean, as a bullywog, just
As
in
a
case things
pollywog.
go south.
Close. With Pollywog, Bullywug, Baby
Yeah.
Bullywug.
I'd like to attempt to just climb the boat.
Okay.
While they're trying to figure it out, I'm just going to attempt to climb it. Is that athletics? What would that be?
Yeah, athletics. So yeah, you see the boat there. Hold on, let me read that to you. Shoot, wrong thing. There we go. It looks like a fallen leviathan. Age hasn't been kind to it. The once mighty ship has vines jutting in and out of the rotten wood like worms in a carcass. Roughly 20 feet of the ship remains above the ground, while the rest has been claimed by the slowly sinking ground of the marsh. When you're running up there, you can hear twigs snapping, and the sounds of groans intensify.
Yeah.
You're gonna climb the ship? Did you make your athletics?
Yeah, I'm just going to climb it. Zombies are way better at situation than whatever those guys are grabbing.
Yeah, I'm gonna climb. Yeah, I'm already attempting to climb. I rolled a 12.
Hold on, let me see.
Hey, right.
Yes.
Well, I'm running with the bullywugs. Can I sneakily, using the poison that I have, kill all the bullywugs without them really noticing?
You might be able to kill one of them at first. It's going to be very noticeable when bullywugs start dropping. The other bullywugs are going to notice, but I mean, you might be able to get one or two of them before anybody notices.
Can I try?
I failed to climb
Here,
as a bullywog.
I could probably buy us some time. Are they within, say, 120 feet of us? The bullywogs, that is.
Probably, yeah. They're probably they're right about 100 feet away.
Okay, can I cast fog cloud on them?
Ooh.
Sure. You want to use fog?
Yeah, a
How
little.
big is fog? You want to put that in the?
It's
thing?
20-foot radius. With a 120-foot range, I could put it.
Make them not be able to see.
20-foot radius.
Ooh, how'd you do that effect? That's cool.
It's a token. I think that's 20 right there, but let me check. Yep, about 20, roughly.
Then he just wants it over top of the bullywugs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, and it'd be over the encampment, kind of? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
If that's within range, then yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm going to put it up here. It's not actually on the map because, the encampment's too far away, but I'm going to put it up there so as a reminder that the fog cloud is up. Okay, you hear, okay, hold on, what did I roll? I rolled a 3, so you hear, like, a bunch of chaotic, croaking, chirping noises, and there appears to be some confusion over there. Anyway.
Can I start killing them in their confusion?
Yeah, go ahead and make your roll to attack the one that you were going to poison, attack with a poison or whatever. Athletics, Cutler, you made it up. Anybody else trying to jump up on the ship, kind of thing?
Felidar falls. He rolled a 4.
Might
Yeah,
as well.
Felidar
I'm
does
slimy.
fall, but he's like, I can't do it with these webbed fingers.
So change back.
Athletics, you say?
Right.
Yeah, athletics, yep.
That makes sense.
Yeah, you don't get the bullywug jumping ability for some reason. I don't know. I don't know if they have a bullet jumping ability actually, but yep,
They should,
standing
they're
leap.
fog.
They do. Okay, so Taylor, Kablui's up there real easy.
Yeah.
Cutler,
you
you're
have-
up there fairly easy.
I just look over to Kablooey. Do you have turn undead? I know you're a cleric.
No. Not yet.
No.
This is gonna be fun.
I guess I gotta run back to the group.
What did you roll for your strike? A 13 plus 1.
That is a miss.
Oh crap!
Maybe they didn't.
Make a sleight of hand check or a
See if you
stealth
get
check. I suppose
busted.
you could do.
See if you get busted or not.
I would say sleight of hand probably be more accurate.
Yeah, sleight of hand would probably be.
And I move to try to
There.
jump into the. Oh, fool.
You got inspiration for
Ooh.
that?
Okay, which one? Okay, hold on. Which one are you trying to poison first or attack first? The one behind you?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. It looks very confused.
Oh no!
The other
Oh,
two
no.
do not notice, and they continue on toward the fog cloud, where they stand at the edge of the fog cloud. And here, we're gonna put that up a little bit more here. They kind of
Oh, this
stand
is
at the edge of the fog cloud, looking in. So they don't notice, and they're just trying to like look in the fog cloud to see what they can see. This one looks at you, looks very confused, and you could swear, if you didn't know any better, like I mean, I don't know that you know bullywugs, but you could swear there's a tear in his eye.
Aw, he wanted to believe.
He fell in love with you.
You destroyed him. This is his worst nightmare.
Death would just be a relief at this point.
Right?
Take my head.
You've already taken so much from me.
You broke his little bullywug heart. Oh, no, goodness. So yeah,
I'm
so
going
he
to,
just basically looks confused. If you want to attack, you will have you basically you have a surprise on him.
Just why?
Put him out of his misery. You've broken his heart.
You've already
Oh, God.
ended him enough.
Oh, God.
And then you just murder him.
You're putting him out of his misery, all right?
As you wish.
Or,
Go ahead and roll damage.
roll on the crit table too, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Roll a d20 for the crit table.
Go ahead and roll the
Once upon a time, I was falling in love. Now I'm only falling apart.
Let it play.
Nothing left to do. It's a dagger right through the heart.
Nice.
Go ahead and roll damage and roll a d20 for the crit. Yeah. Okay, 2 is just lunge and thrust. Roll the damage dice twice and use the high result.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, come on.
So 6.
Oh.
Oh, it's 6 either way, apparently. Okay.
That poor thing.
We're really sad. We're
The damage doesn't kill him, but his broken heart does.
Right.
He looks down.
Well,
He
didn't
looks
she
back
apply
up at you.
poison too?
What's that?
Didn't she apply poison to it too?
But he looks down, and he looks back up at you. And what was the poison? Is it regular standard poison?
I think so. You never really told me.
Oh, it was poison that I gave you?
Yeah,
We found it in town.
And I can make poison out of the plants.
Oh, it was a plant. Oh.
Yeah, when we were shopping.
That might be different, I think. Hang on one second.
You told me I white out and yucca bean. You said if I combine them, they make poison.
Mm-hmm. Hold on one second.
This might be deadly,
I
deadly.
have it in session notes. I believe it's 2d6.
So on top of the 6 damage
Just
you
do,
did,
Just do 2d6, and then we'll sort it out from there.
would that apply twice because of the crit she rolled?
Yes. Because no, actually, I think it doesn't. I think.
Well, I mean 7.
Yeah, no, it does. It does. When you roll poison damage, it does. Yep.
So roll another 2d6 for the crit thing to see which one's higher.
At least we're gonna say it does for now. I will have to double check that on Raw, but I think there was some like confusion or debate over whether it does or not. But it does in this game.
Doesn't even matter.
So 7 and 6.
So 7 and 6 total, and he drops to the ground. He looks at himself, and he looks down. He looks back up at you. He looks back down, and he looks back up at you, and then just drops.
I like to think in his last moments he was imagining a
Eyes
life
wide
together.
open, but you're not 100% sure he had eyelids anyways, so, you know.
That was a heartbreaking moment.
Yeah, oh, dude.
Goodbye, Kermit.
What about Heartbreaker, apparently?
Goodbye, Kermit. I can help it. Okay.
It ain't
so-
easy being green.
All right. So Lyra,
Does Jessa just have like the dead fish in her hand? Because that would just be thematic.
Right.
No,
Are you still carrying the dead fish, Jessa?
Interesting
Sure,
fact.
I'm very dead.
A bullywug would give us around 20 pounds of meat. So, want to say. So.
Damn.
Now, crocodile might give you some meat too. Just saying.
That's good. That's a good point. Let's cut that shit up for some
And
rations.
crocodile hide is worth money.
That's a good point.
I'm gonna end my part of the session here.
Okay. And we should probably end the whole session here because
Yeah, we'll reconvene.
Nice,
yeah,
nice point.
So
Chris.
that's a good spot to stop. You guys have just reached the Cornelia, the husk there, and you are climbing up on top of it. The bullywugs are, preoccupied for at least 6 rounds, at least.
Taylor, you should probably move your character up on top, like the rim of the boat, because you.
Oh yeah, I did climb up, didn't I?
Yeah.
That means we have technically two options: try to get these the ship floating, flying, or making a good last stand.
I think a good option would be releasing the zombies, as messed up as that sounds.
Zombies might eat
Releasing
bullywugs
what?
just like they
What?
eat people. That is true. I am fixing the bullywug
Map.
problem. Yeah, the bullywug stat block in here. So, all right. So, 2 weeks we will be back, and we will be doing session 6 of No Good Deed, and you guys will be searching the Cornelia and seeing what's on board, I guess.
That was
good, man.
nice.
Thank you very much for running, man. That was fun.
All right.
I gotta
You
admit,
guys have fun.
Perfect evening. Yes, exactly.
I got to admit, when I heard Derek laughing at Cutler Charge, that made my day.
It was hilarious.
Let's be honest, though.
guys.
Let's be honest, though. It's what Cutler would have done.
This is true.
Color is to piece what a wood chipper is to a log.
Yes, indeed.
All right, I will talk to you guys in 2 weeks. Maybe before that for us, but have a good one, guys.
All right,
Yep.
guys, take care.
Yeah, you too.
Thank you.
And we are.